This is New York Giants football. Hello, everybody. I'm Chip Cipolla, along with Marv Albert and Sam Huff, with a play-by-play of today's game between the New York Giants and the New York Jets. Brought to you by Channel, a whole lot more than a lumber store. By Manufacturers Hanover, it's banking the way you want it to be. By Rheingold, you'll like what you get from a Rheingold. By Manhattan American Motors, home of the guaranteed car. And by Union Carbide, the makers of the ever-ready alkaline power cell. Come to the top with our best, longest-lasting power source for radios, cameras, and cassettes. The Giants have won the toss. They've, of course, elected to receive, so we'll bring you the Jets' starting defensive lineup. At left end, number 85, Ed Gallagher. At left tackle, the Jets' #1 draft pick last year, number 77, Carl Barzalauskas. At right tackle, number 74, Joe Schmiesing. At right defensive end, number 84, Mark Lomas. The linebackers on the left side, the veteran Ralph Baker, number 51. In the middle, number 54, Jamie Rivers. On the right side, number 55, John Ebersole. The cornerbacks, number 46, Rich Sowles. Number 47, Roscoe Word. And the safeties, number 22, Burgess Owens. Number 21, Steve Tannen. But now let's look at the New York Giants offensively. The wide receivers, number 84, Walker Gillette, playing in place of the injured Don Herman. Number 27, Bob Grimm. The tight end, number 38, Bob Tucker. The offensive tackles for the Giants, number 69, Willie Young on the left side. Number 63, Doug Van Horn on the right side. The guards, the two rookies. Number 73, Tom Mullen on the left side. Number 74, John Hicks on the right side. And the center, number 70, Bob Hyland. The running backs for the New York Giants, Ron Johnson, number 30. He'll be playing with a broken bone in his right hand, injured just the other day in practice. This has been quite a year for Johnson. He's also playing with knee and ankle injuries. But last week, for the first time, he looked like the Ron Johnson of old as the Giants defeated Kansas City. The other running back, number 26, Joe Dawkins. And the quarterback, number 15, Craig Morton, who played so well in the two games he has been with the New York Giants. One, of course, the loss to Dallas, but he showed such great potential. And then the next week, pitching that victory over the Kansas City Chiefs. The Giants coming into this game with a 2-6 record, and the Jets, one of the few teams in the National Football League with a worse record, 1-7. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Well, as I was saying, the New York Giants, a 2-6 record. They've beaten Dallas and Kansas City. They've lost to Washington twice, to New England, to Dallas once, to Atlanta and Philadelphia. The Jets, 1-7. The only team they've beaten is Chicago. They've lost to Kansas City, Buffalo, Miami, New England, Baltimore, Los Angeles, and Houston. Sam, it should be a tremendous rivalry, this game between the Giants and the Jets. Of course, a lot of luster has been lost by the poor records each team has, and also by the fact they only meet once every 4 years in regular season.
Well, that's true, Chip, but I want to tell you, anytime these two teams get together, you know, it is for the city championship, and as all these fans out here, it's almost a sellout crowd, will tell you that this is a game which means so much to each and every ball player, so it doesn't make any difference what the record is. They're going to be going all out, and it'll be another dogfight, as it always is at the Yale Bowl.
Both teams now playing for respectability, I guess you could say. The seasons are behind them, but now it's a matter of just trying to make it as decent a season as possible. Jets getting ready to kick off, and once again with a play-by-play, here's Marv Albert.
Thank you, Chip. And the newest New York Jet, Pat Leahy,
getting set to kick to Doug Kotar on the right, Leon McQuay on the left side. We're off in the 74 edition of the Jets and the Giants. It is taken by Kotar at the 3. Straight ahead, 10, 15, 20, big hole across the 25, and he is tackled down low at the 30-yard line. Rich Sowles making the tackle on Kotar. The ball is placed just outside the 30. Let's call it the 31. First and 10 for the Giants, who are moving from right to left in this first quarter. The quarterback is Craig Morton. The running backs are Joe Dawkins and Ron Johnson. There was a great deal of doubt as to whether Johnson would start, whether he would play because of the broken bone of the right hand, but he's in the starting lineup. Morton looks it over. Grimm peels to the right side. Morton takes it. The give now to Kotar. Drives off left guard across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Kotar on the carry. And Ron Johnson is not in that starting lineup. Kotar drawing the starting assignment along with Joe Dawkins, although Johnson was introduced when they ran down the starting lineups just a couple of minutes ago. Joe Smeezing in on that stop.
And speaking of Ron Johnson, I watched him in workouts before the game, but he did not catch a pass. He's very tender with that right hand, and I just don't think you're going to see much of him today, even though they did introduce him.
For the Giants, 2nd and 5. Morton is back to throw. Morton sets up, and he is really racked. His pass is batted down. It's ruled incomplete. Carl Barzalowskis in on Morton. Morton appeared, Sam, to slip as he set up, and that hurt him.
Well, that's true, but the thing that impresses me is how quick Barzalowskis got in that backfield. Remember, he's playing over John Hicks. They have competed against each other for a long time, and in the preseason game, Hicks got the best of Barzalowskis. But he was really on Morton that time and almost jammed that ball down his throat.
It is a 3rd and 5 now for the New York Giants at their own 36-yard line. Gallagher, Barzalowskis, and Lomas up front. And the Jets go with 4 linebackers with Al Atkinson reporting in. Here's Morton rolling right, fires to the right, and he hits Dawkins at the far side, gets out to midfield, and he's pushed out of bounds. It is a first down for the New York Giants. Atkinson and the left cornerback Sowles covering on the play and knocking Dawkins out of bounds across the 50-yard line.
And all that was is a little circle out of the backfield, and Morton rolled out to his right, and Dawkins was wide open, and of course Greg Morton is very good on those short passes. He put it right on the money, picked up some important yardage, but you can see how these two clubs are going. They're really going all out.
First down for the Giants at the Jet 48-yard line out of the eye. Here's Morton setting up again. Morton ducks under one would-be tackler, drives to the right, and then he is brought down back behind the line of scrimmage. Smeezing and Gallagher taking care of Craig Morton, and that jet rush has been very impressive here in the early moments.
Oh, I want to tell you, they're devastating. The Giant offensive line, which played so well against Kansas City last week, is really going to have to tighten their belts if they're going to stop this New York Jet defense, because they're really pouring in on Craig Morton. He has no protection whatsoever.
It is 2nd and long yardage, 2nd and 19 for the Giants back at their 43-yard line. Giants to the line, led by the center, Bob Hyland. Out to the right side now is Grimm, regular pro set with Gillette split to the left side. Morton takes it. The handoff to Dawkins, quick opener, right side, drives across the 45 to the 47. Dawkins, the ball carrier, stopped by the left linebacker, Ralph Baker. Giants with Willie Young, Doug Van Horn at the tackles, Tom Mullen and John Hicks at the guards, Bob Hyland the center, Bob Tucker the tight end, Walker Gillette and Bob Grimm are the wide receivers. Joe Dawkins and Doug Kotar are the running backs. It is a 3rd and 14 now for the Giants at their 47-yard line. Morton is back to throw. Morton sets up. Big rush by Lomas. Spins it around, and down he goes. Mark Lomas, the first to get to Craig Morton. And that help from Carl Barzalowskis. And so Morton is hit and dropped for a loss once again, and it makes for a punting situation for the New York Giants, and Dave Jennings reports in.
And the Jets also went to that 53 defense and blitzed number 51, Ralph Baker, from his linebacking position. They had about 4 white jerseys around Craig Morton. As we said earlier, they're really applying a lot of pressure on Morton. They're going to be in that all-out rush, it seems like, all afternoon.
Lou Picone, the rookie, and Roscoe Word, the rookie, are back at their 15 awaiting this Jennings punt. Here's the boot by Jennings. It is taken by Word at the 22. Angles right to the 30, up to the 40, cuts left, and reaches out at the 44-yard line where he was tripped up by Andy Selford, Giants backup linebacker. Good return by Roscoe Word, and the Jets and Joe Namath go to work offensively for the first time this afternoon. We are scoreless early first quarter, and the Jets first down at their 44-yard line. Jets to the line with Markham split to the left side. Joe Namath looks it over. Namath is back to throw on first down, sets up, throws the sideline, and hits David Knight, who steps out of bounds across the 50-yard line. Athos covering on the play. David Knight, the Jets' leading receiver, picks up his 27th reception. And so Namath goes to the air on first down.
And, you know, Joe Namath has been getting a lot of criticism. Everybody says that he did a great job against Baltimore in the Super Bowl, but they're starting to look at Joe like he can't do the job anymore. But the way he reared back on first down and whipped it to David Knight on the sideline, he looked pretty sharp to me. And I'm sure that the Giant defense is very much concerned with number 12, Joe Namath.
And Namath picked up the first down. 1st and 10 at the Giant 46-yard line. Namath looks it over once again. Boozer and Burns are the running backs, with Riggins and Adam Lee out of action because of injury. Namath back to throw, fires the middle, and hits Boozer circling out of the backfield at the 40, runs it to the 35-yard line. And it's another Jet first down. Middle linebacker Brian Kelly and left side linebacker Brad Van Pelt making the stop on Emerson Boozer.
And again, Joe Namath is setting up very, very quickly, and I think whenever he's right and he's not hurting, no one sets up quicker than Joe Namath, and he unleashes that ball in a big hurry. Throws a lot with his wrist, and whenever he's on, nobody is any better in this game of football.
Now it is Knight to the right, Markham left. First down for the Jets at the Giant 34-yard line. Namath with a long count now. He's back to throw again. Namath stumbles, now throws deep down the right side, and it's overthrown. Intended down at the 5-yard line for Knight, but a penalty marker is down. Chuck Christ, the strong safety, covering on the play. And we'll take a look at the referee, Chuck Heberling. Penalty marker is down on the field. Offside against the Giants. Offside penalty called on the New York Giants. And they mark it off. They'll place it at the Giant 29-yard line. And it will be 1st and 5 for the Jets at the 29. So Namath has gone to the air 3 consecutive times, and he's picked up 2 first downs in a hurry, hitting Emerson Boozer, hitting David Knight. Here are the Jets to the line, led by center Wayne Mulligan. Now they line up in the I. Namath ducks in under the center. Signals are being called. Long count again. Namath takes it. Now the handoff to Boozer. Off left tackle, drives forward, and gets to the 26-yard line. Boozer carrying, stopped by Mendenhall, the defensive right tackle.
And without their big fullback, number 44, John Riggins, Namath might figure that he's going to have to do an awful lot of throwing, so he came out really winging that ball, and that's the first running play he's had so far. But what you look for whenever a quarterback comes out throwing like that is a lot of draw plays, a lot of screens, and, of course, a lot of passes. I think the game plan is to put the ball in the air and not try to run against the Giant defense, which is pretty good against the run.
2nd and 3 for the Jets now at the Giant 27-yard line. Again, the handoff, Boozer. He drives to the 26-yard line off left guard. Van Pelt able to stack him up right there, and so the Jets are short of a first down. Emerson Boozer, averaging about 4 yards per carry, scored 3 touchdowns, 9th year out of Maryland Eastern Shore, has brought it to the 26-yard line, and it will be a 3rd and 2 for the Jets at the 26. And now Rich Castor, who missed last week because of a hamstring injury after playing 63 straight games, has checked in as the Jets go with the 2 tight ends. Full house backfield now. Namath looks it over. Namath takes it, and the give straight ahead for the first down to Bajorklin, and he's picked it up. Hank Bajorklin running it to the 20-yard line. Chuck Christ making the stop. And the Jets mixing things up, looking very solid here in the early moments. Jay?
Well, the Giants then went out of their 53 defense. They anticipated the run. They put in the regular 4-3 defense, and yet the Jets ran right at it, Sam, and they picked up the first down with ease.
They got off the ball real good, Chip.
First down for the Jets now at the Giant 20-yard line. Boozer and Burns are the running backs out of the regular pro set, and they are tight. Signals called by Namath, takes it, the handoff, Burns cuts left, tries to go inside, but he's tripped up as he crosses the line of scrimmage. Got to perhaps the 19-yard line. Van Pelt making the stop on the rookie out of Georgia, Bob Burns.
And I was watching John Mendenhall against Wayne Mulligan that time, and I saw Mulligan, number 50 of the Jets, who plays center, come flying back out of there. Mendenhall really laid the leather to him in the middle of that line. And talking to a lot of these guys that play against Mendenhall, they say that there's nobody better in the game of football today than Big John.
Burns picked up 1, 2nd and 9 now for the Jets at the 19-yard line. 9 minutes remaining in this first quarter, and there's no score. Namath takes it, fakes the handoff to Boozer, sets up, a lot of time, throws for the end zone, touchdown! He hit David Knight, angling toward the right side, and the Jets lead it by the score of 6-0.
And one thing for sure, you just can't give Joe Namath that kind of time back there. He took a deep drop, set up about 8 yards deep, and David Knight ran a crossing pattern deep across the middle, and he was wide open going against that zone on a crossing pattern. And Namath, again, looking very sharp, hit him right at about the 2-yard line, and no one was around David Knight. He just stepped in the end zone for 6.
Greg Gant, the punter, will hold, and Pat Leahy will attempt his first extra point as a member of the New York Jets. Bobby Halfield not with the club, and Leahy, 23-year-old out of St. Louis University with no prior football experience, although he did spend some time in the camp of the St. Louis Cardinals this preseason. Awaiting the snap, Gant takes it, puts it down, and here's the kick. It is up, and it is good. So Leahy connects on his first extra point attempt. There's a timeout on the field with the score. The New York Jets 7, the New York Giants nothing.
New York. You can't get far without money in your pocket. But one John Hillock is about to. With command credit from Manufacturers Hanover. It puts from $500 to $5,000 at his disposal.
Your check, monsieur.
How does Mr. Hillock leave the restaurant without washing the dishes?
Here you are, waiter.
The solution. A master charge card. You get it with command credit.
Here's your clock.
Thank you.
That'll be $180.
A large purchase, but with command credit, you can write a personal check bigger than your balance.
Is my car ready?
Yeah, the bill comes to $56 even.
Oh, a check. Haven't you got cash?
With command credit, Mr. Hillock can get a cash advance at any Manufacturer's Hanover branch. Apply for command credit. It's an ingenious system that lets you get around even without money in your pocket. Manufacturers Hanover. It's banking the way you want it to be. Member FDIC.
New York Jets drawing first blood, leading the Giants 7-0 with a little more than 6 minutes gone in the first quarter. The Jets going 56 yards, 7 plays. Namath hitting Knight with a 20-yard TD. Marv?
Here's Leahy kicking again to Kotar and McQuay. It is a short boot played by Kotar at the 15. He's to the 20, up to the 25, cuts to the right across the 30, where he is gang tackled, led by Al Atkinson. And the Giants going right to left in this first quarter go right back to work, trailing by the score of 7-0. Beautiful execution by Joe Namath to drive the Jets upfield in a hurry, and as Chip mentioned, he capped it off with that 20-yard strike to David Knight. First and 10 for the Giants now at their 33-yard line. They work out of the eye. Morton on the give to Dawkins, tries the right side, and he is stopped at the line of scrimmage. May have picked up one on the play. Stopped by the combination of the left defensive end, Ed Gallagher, and the left linebacker, Ralph Baker. The Jets with Gallagher and Lomas at the ends, Barzalowskis and Schmiesing at the tackles, Baker, Rivers, and Eversole, the linebackers, Sowles and Word, the cornerbacks, Owens and Wise are the safety men. Pickup of one by Dawkins, 2nd and 9 for the Giants at their 34-yard line. Again, out of the regular pro set, the give now, Kotar follows Hicks on the sweep, turns the corner at the 40, and is pushed out of bounds at the 41, 42-yard line. Ralph Baker covering Kotar on the play. Sweep to the right, led by big number 74, John Hicks. And Kotar able to run it up to the 42-yard line, making for a 3rd and 1. Sam?
You know, I'm very impressed with the Jet defense, the way they're coming out of off that line of scrimmage. They're hitting and seem to have a good book on the Giants when they're going to run, because they're getting pursued very quickly, and yet whenever Morton goes back to pass, they get an excellent pass rush.
Now the Giants on that two tight end offense. Chip Glass has come on. Handoff Kotar. Drives forward. Picks up the first down. Carries to the 45-yard line. Kotar off a nice hole on that right side. Able to pick it up. Ralph Baker made the stop on the play. 7 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in this first quarter, and the Jets lead it by the score of 7-0. First down for the Giants just outside the 45-yard line. Giants up to the line. Again, the regular pro set. To the left side is Gillette now. Grimm peels to the left. Morton takes it. Handoff Kotar. Off the right side, runs into a traffic jam, puts his head down, and manages to pick up a yard on the play, with Baker making the stop.
And the thing that amazes me, they set the formation into the sideline and then bring Grimm back in motion to the weak side, then run back to the strong side again with no one over there to block. That play doesn't make sense, even on a drawing board, because there's no one to block down the linebacker. He's going to make the play every time.
2nd and 9 for the Giants at their 46-yard line. Morton is back to throw, then the handoff. Kotar off the draw. He's down to the 45. He's down to the 40-yard line. He's picked up the first down and more. Doug Kotar off the beautiful fake by Morton. Off the draw, then cut to the outside before the strong safety Burgess Owens was able to haul him down at the New York Jet 37-yard line.
And whenever you get a real aggressive defensive line charging hard like the Jets are, those draw plays to a guy like Kotar who really runs to daylight are excellent plays.
Now Gillette is to the right side. The handoff Dawkins off left tackle. Drives down to the 35, 34-yard line. Joe Schmeezing, 7-year pro out of New Mexico State in his first year with the New York Jets, makes the tackle on the play. Ball placed inside the 35. Pickup of 3. 2nd and 7 now for the Giants. Quickly to the line, led by the center Bob Hyland. Morton looks it over. He takes it, now rolls to the right, looking right, throws, and he completes it to the tight end Tucker at the 30-yard line. He's pushed back the other way. We'll have to see where they mark forward progress. It is short of a first down. Jamie Rivers, middle linebacker, and strong safety Burgess Owens make the stop on the play, and they are calling for a measurement. Well, I went on the limb for the first time this afternoon.
And you said it was short. I happen to agree with you, and if it is...
We have a first this season. We all agree.
If it is short, remember, this is the same type of situation which Morton ran a play-action pass and hit Dawkins with down the sideline last week, and picked up that touchdown, which did Kansas City in. And on a 3rd and 1 situation, if you have nerve enough to throw, that play-action pass with that fullback coming out of the backfield is very difficult defensively to stop.
Guys, wasn't even close. I'm even ashamed to say that I went out on a limb. 3rd and a solid 1. They marked his forward progress at the 28-yard line. 3rd and 1. Chip Glass back in as the Giants go with the 2 tight ends. And here are the Giants to the line of scrimmage. The running backs, Kotar and Dawkins. Morton takes it. The give Kotar. Drives ahead. Off right tackle, and he has it. First down picked up by Kotar. Baker and Rivers make the stop on the play. The Jets leading the Giants by the score of 7-0, but the Giants with a first down at the Jet 26-yard line. Giants huddled up back at their 35. Giants with a season record of 2 up and 6 down, coming off their finest hour. The victory over Kansas City last week at KC, 33-27. Jets, of course, 1 up and 7 down. Morton call signals. He takes it. The give Kotar off to the right. Tries to stutter step and cannot. He's hit for a loss on the play. Rich Sowles had that perfectly diagnosed. Kotar could not cut toward the sideline.
And that's one of the first bad cuts I've seen Doug Kotar made, because John Hicks really had the defensive back what they call logged in, where the guard gets out and hooks the defensive back and blocks him in. And if Doug could have broke to the outside, he had open field behind a great block by John Hicks. As it was, he lost 2.
And it's a 2nd and 12 for the Giants at the Jet 28-yard line. Regular pro set, slot formation left. Here's Morton throwing to the left. Hits Gillette at the 21, and he runs it out of bounds. Word, the right cornerback, covering on the play. Walker Gillette, who's yet to drop a pass. He came on replacing the injured Don Herman a couple of games back. Caught 5 in all. In that Dallas game, you may recall, Morton hit Gillette with a long gainer at the end of the first half. And last week, Gillette caught a TD pass. In fact, Gillette became the first Giant wide receiver to chalk up a TD reception. 3rd and 5 for Morton. Throws the left side, and it's incomplete. Intended for Gillette, but a penalty marker down. And pass interference called on Roscoe Word. Word argues the call rather heatedly, but pass interference called on Word covering Gillette.
And there's the guy, number 35, that called that, Leo Miles, who a long time ago used to be a member of the New York Giants, just in case you're interested. He played offensive guard, and now he's a head linesman. He ought to be able to tell. He's had some experience.
Yeah, we had a pretty good view of it, too, Sam, and there's no question that Word hooked Gillette as he was cutting on that post pattern. It was one of those quick look-ins right over the middle, and Word just hooked him as he went by. Well, the official was standing right there. Boy, he had a better look than we did. First down now for the Giants on the 17-yard line, thanks to that pass interference call. Jets 17.
Leon McQuay has checked into the Giant lineup. McQuay has come on, replacing Doug Kotar, so McQuay and Dawkins are the running backs. Morton looks it over. Grimm peels to the left side. Long count. Morton looking left, now takes it, handoff McQuay. He dodges his way and picks up just a yard on the play. McQuay tried the middle, twisting and turning, but it was closed up pretty well, and McQuay could not maneuver for any additional yardage. Pickup of 1, 2nd and 9, as he was stopped by Barzalauskas and Baker.
And there again, the Giants went to a little multiple offense, where they line up in a triple flanker and bring the motion back to the weak side and again run to the strong side, and so far has not been working.
2nd and 9 for the Giants at the Jets 16. Here's Morton on the gift to Kotar. Kotar tries to pull away, but he cannot. And he is hit for a loss on the play. Jamie Rivers grabbed Kotar in the back of the jersey and just would not let go. So Kotar stopped back at the 18-yard line. Loss of 2, 3rd and 11 now for the Giants, who trail the Jets by the score of 7-0 with 2 minutes 50 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Giant drive, helped by that pass interference called by Roscoe Word. Stalled momentarily. Here's Morton back to throw, looking right, fires. He's got Grimm at the 5, and he steps out of bounds. Bob Grimm has picked up the first down, and for the Giants, 1st and goal at the 5. Sowell's covering on the play.
And that Greg Morton, he can put that football right where he wants to. That sideline pattern, you have to make sure that defensive man is not going to intercept it. And he put it right on the money, just enough to pick up the first down. And he put it so the offensive man had to come back for it just a little, but with the greatest of ease, not to lose that first down. Boy, what a super pass that was by Greg Morton.
1st and goal for the Giants at the 5-yard line. Regular pro set once again. Gillette to the left side, Grimm right. Here's the gift to Kotar, drives for the 4, and that's it. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification.
Hi, sports fans. This is Gene Clavin. Who is this? Oh, I'm sorry. This is WNEW, Metro Media Radio in New York.
Marv Albert with Sam Huff and Chip Cipolla from the Yale Bowl in New Haven on an absolutely gorgeous day, and a crowd of better than 62,000 here in New Haven. A lot of gate sales, certainly precipitated by the great weather here. 2nd and goal. Here's the give for Kotar. He is tripped up back behind the line, back at the 9-yard line, with Steve Cannon, the free safety, getting to Kotar, and it's another loss on the play.
Boy, what a great play that was by Steve Tannen. He just read the offensive guard. He keyed the offensive lineman, what you're supposed to do if you're a secondary man, to tell you whether it's going to be a pass or a run. And when Mullen pulled, he just forced and really made a beautiful play and threw Kotar for a big loss. And that's the place you like to get him as a defensive man when they get down in scoring position.
Terrific work by the Jet defense. 3rd and goal now at the 9. And an official timeout has been called with 1 minute and 23 remaining. And now the Giants have called for time. There's a timeout on the field with the score. The Jets 7 and the Giants nothing.
My beer is Rheingold, the dry beer. Think of Rheingold whenever you buy beer.
In 1958, Rheingold won the gold medals at the last European World's Fair in Brussels and at the International Exposition in Munich. The Lord Mayor of Munich had this to say when he presented the gold medal to Rheingold. As a beer lover and a connoisseur, I say without doubt that Rheingold Extra Dry is one of the finest beers in the world. Rheingold is proud to say that ever since then, Rheingold is producing the same gold medal-winning Rheingold beer in the very same way, using the very same ingredients, the world's best quality hops, corn and malt that money can buy. And even more important, the very same brewmasters are actually still at Rheingold, brewing the award-winning Rheingold beer.
Won't you try extra dry Rheingold beer?
Rheingold Breweries Incorporated, Brooklyn, New York.
Okay, 3rd and goal for the Giants down at the 9. Morton sets up short, loops one for the end zone for Grimm, and it's overthrown. Grimm smashing right near the wall at the far side, past the end zone, along with the left cornerback, Rich Sowles. A fluke toss by Morton that was overthrown. Grimm could not get to it, although he was trailed by Sowles. And with the 4th and goal from the 9, the Giants will go for the 3, and Pete Gogolak, who hit on 2 out of 2 last week in Kansas City, has checked in. It's a straightaway angle. Signals are being called. It's placed down and booted by Gogolak. It is up, and it is good. Gogolak with a 21-yard field goal, and the Giants are on the board. There's a timeout on the field with the score. The Jets 7, the Giants 3.
Hi, I'm Al Vitarelli, a Manhattan American. And you've seen me get hit with water. You've seen me get hit with pies. Now it's my turn to hit you with something. I'm going to hit you with savings. That's right, I said savings. I've got the savings on Gremlins. I've got the savings on Hornets. And I got the savings on the brand new Matador. And I'm going to pass the savings on to you. And if a Jeep is your thing, I got the savings on them too. Need a used car? Well, let me tell you, I got the best used cars in town, all backed by the best used car guarantee around. I call it my 48-hour money-back guarantee. Come on in, and we'll tell you all about it. And while you're there, enter our Giant Sweepstakes contest. There's no purchase necessary. You can win a TV set, stereo, cameras, or tickets to any one of the Giant home games. All winners are selected at random drawings. If you can't come to us, call us, and we'll come to you with a car of your choice. That's Manhattan American. We're located at the corner of 66th Street and West End Avenue. Or call 873-5500. That's 873-5500.
Gogolak getting set to kick off now to the New York Jets. 3 deep, Pacone the man in the middle, and the boot by Gogolak, a floater, backed up, taken by Pacone at the 3. He's to the 5-10, up to the 15, angles right at the 20, stumbles forward across the 25 to the 27-yard line. Lou Pacone, stopped by Bobby Brooks, backup cornerback Clyde Powers, backup safety man. 1:07 remaining in this first quarter, and the Giants trail 7-3. Chip?
Well, that giant drive that covered 53 yards and wound up with Gogolak kicking a 26-yard field goal, if nothing else, ate up 8.5 minutes on the clock in the first quarter.
This is only the second time the Jets have had the ball offensively as Namath gets set to go to work. Signals called by Joe Willie. He takes it and he backpedals. He throws to the left and hits his man on the far side, the wide receiver Jerome Markham, and he just steps out of bounds. Eldridge Small covering on the play.
Just like to say that the way Namath is throwing that football today, when the Giant offense does get that ball, they better eat up all the clock they can because he's really sharp. He's moving very quick away from that center. He's setting up and throwing all in one motion, and I've never seen him look better other than that Super Bowl, which he won against the Baltimore Colts a long time ago.
Markham stepped out at the 34, making for a 2nd and 3 for the Jets, who work out of the I. Markham left, and Knight is to the right side. Running backs are Boozer and Burns. Here's Namath faking the handoff, sets up again, a lot of time, throws the right side, and hits his man down at the 45. Knight makes the diving catch, and it's another Jet first down. Athos and Van Pelt combined to make the stop, and Joe Namath is putting on an exhibition here in the first quarter.
I want to tell you, he's making people stand up and take notice, and that's the way you're supposed to play quarterback, man. He is really humming it, and he just has all the time in the world. He's just standing there flat-footed and really unleashing it.
He is 5 for 5 in the game for 71 yards and 1 touchdown. Can't do much better than that.
Now 25 seconds remaining in the quarter. Hank Bajorkman has come on, replacing Bob Burns for the Jets. First down at the Giant 45-yard line. Here is Namath calling signals. Again, long count. He fumbles the snap, loose ball, and it's covered up by the New York Jets. Mix up on the snap. Namath could not find it. And let's see who was able to cover up on the play. They are still unraveling. Namath at the bottom of the pile. May have been the center, Wayne Mulligan. It appeared to be Mulligan. And there's the gun ending this first quarter of play. So that's the end of the first quarter. The score, the New York Jets 7, the New York Giants 3.
Chip Cipolla along with Marv Albert and Sam Huff at the Yale Bowl, where the Jets are leading the Giants 7-3 at the end of the first quarter, thanks to a magnificent passing exhibition by Joe Namath. He saw something in that Giant defense, something that Lenny Dawson was exploiting last week. He's doing the same. Marv?
Now for the Jets, 2nd and 13 at the 48-yard line. Namath takes it, fakes the handoff, throws to the right, a swing for Barkham. Barkham down to the 45, to the 44, where he's wrestled down by Brad Van Pelt. Jerome Barkham, the wide receiver, on the right side, picking up yardage on the play. They mark it at the 43-yard line. So it will be a 3rd and 8 for the Jets at the Giant 43.
Great defensive play by Brad Van Pelt. He played off a block there. Had he not played off the block, Barkham would have had a lot of running room, but Sam slipped off that block beautifully and held it to a short gainer. Could have been a big one.
Chip, he's learning every game. He's getting better.
Now 3rd and 8 for the New York Jets. Knight is to the left side, and Barkham is to the right. Double wing with Bajorkman, the lone deep back. The give to Bajorkman straight ahead, and bangs to the 39-yard line. John Mendenhall all over Hank Bajorkman, and it is short of a first down.
And there's a very unusual call. Joe Namath, 3rd and 8. So far he's 6 for 6, I think, in the passing game. Has just been tearing the Giant secondary apart. 3rd and 8. You think he's going to pass the ball? No, he runs it and gives up the football. They're going to punt it away. I don't understand that call unless he thought he could catch the Giant defensive line napping, which they were not.
Greg Gant will boot from the Jet 45-yard line. Pete Athos back in single safety. He's back at the Giant 10. We are just underway second quarter. The Jets leading the Giants by the score of 7-3. Here's the snap. Gant takes it, moves forward, and just did get it away. May have been partially deflected. Athos lets it bounce out of bounds as it goes out inside the 15-yard line. And a near block by the New York Giants. Hunter Jackson got very, very close to Greg Gant. Now, timeout on the field with the score. The Jets 7, the Giants 3.
Channel is a whole lot more than a lumber store. In fact, Channel is more than 50,000 different products designed for the needs of today's do-it-yourselfer. Take it from me, world. When it comes to making your home a better place to live, you'll find Channel is the best partner you can have.
Remember, at Channel Home Centers, you'll find famous Pan American Gyrotex wood fidelity paneling with the beauty of natural wood and the unique surface that can be wiped clean with a damp cloth. Come to Channel, a whole lot more than a lumber store, for Pan American Gyrotex paneling. And here's great news from Channel. You can win a free, all-expense-paid trip for 2 to the fabulous Super Bowl. No purchase necessary. Just come to the nearest Channel Home Center and enter your name. It's that easy. Hurry to Channel today.
1st and 10 for the New York Giants, deep in their own territory, back at the 17, as Morton dumps it through the middle to Tucker. Tucker up to the 30-yard line for the first down. Bob Tucker stopped by Jamie Rivers and Burgess Owens, with Morton just flipping it over the middle, Tucker making the grab and bringing it to the 30-yard line for a first down.
And you can chalk that one up to Ralph Baker, number 51. He has to take the inside away from that tight end, so you stop that pass, and Bob Tucker got inside of Ralph Baker.
Here is Morton back to throw on first down, looking left, throwing deep down the left side, Butcher left. He's got it at the 45, and he runs it out of bounds at the 29. Roscoe Word covering on the play. And again, the combination of Craig Morton and Walker Gillette for a long gainer.
And that's what they went and traded. Andy Robicelli traded for Craig Morton, the quarterback who gives you the leadership, a guy who can throw long as well as short. He has great experience in there. And Walker Gillette is also very impressive. You remember that guy who played for the University of Richmond, one of the small schools in the South? Gillette is really looking like all-pro here this afternoon, and Morton is really bringing his Giant offense alive.
It's a 41-yard pass play with Morton hooking up with Walker Gillette. First down for the Giants at the Jet 29. Grimm in motion to the left side. Morton takes it. He turns the handoff. Dawkins cuts left, then back the other way, down to the 20, inside the 20, to the 17-yard line. Joe Dawkins with a very pretty run. It started to the outside, and then he cut back in, and it's another first down for the Giants.
And they're, again, are using that system. He countered with Dawkins. They send Grimm back in motion, set up in that triple flanker, send Grimm back in motion, and countered back to the weak side with Joe Dawkins. A very beautiful play, and that's one time that system did work.
Nice block by Highland, leading Dawkins. First down at the 16. Here's the pitch to Kotar. Tries to turn the corner on the left, scrambles to the 15-yard line, but it's closed up by Mark Loomis, and he gets no more. Pickup of 1 for Kotar. 2nd and 9 for the Giants at the Jet 15. We have 12 minutes remaining in this first half, and the Jets lead it by the score of 7-3 off that opening New York Jet drive, capped off by the 20-yard touchdown pass to David Knight. The Gogolak field goal from 26 yards out, and that's the way we stand right here. Craig Morton, the quarterback, Joe Dawkins, and Doug Kotar are the running backs. Morton's favorite receiver, Walker Gillette, is out to the left side. Morton looks it over. Signals are being called. Morton looking left and right. Now Morton takes it. Pitch out Dawkins to the right. Turns the corner. He's down to the 10, and he's run out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Dawkins run out by the combination of Early Thomas, the right cornerback, and strong safety man, Burgess Owens. And the ball is placed down at the 7-yard line, so they're 1 yard shy of a first down. 3rd and 1 for the Giants at the Jet 7.
And on the other 3rd and 1 situation, Morton has gone to Kotar to pick it up. And evidently that's their short yardage play for this afternoon. And let's keep close watch here and see if Kotar again goes on the short yardage play.
Chip Glass has come on, replacing Walker Gillette, as the Giants go with the 2 tight ends. Now Craig Morton has asked for a timeout. Morton now running back to the Giant bench to talk with Coach Bill Onsparger.
And again, I know exactly what the New York Jets are saying. Don't forget that fullback coming out of the backfield, because when Morton brought his offense out that time, he set him in a split formation.
Timeout on the field, the score, Jets 7, Giants 3.
One of life's embarrassing moments can happen anywhere, even at the corner butcher shop.
All right, who's next?
That last steak. Go ahead, Harriet.
Yes, Mrs. Lane.
That last steak, Henry, was a little rubbery.
Yeah, well, so was your check. It bounced.
Oh, I must have figured wrong in my checkbook.
What's wrong, Harriet? Is Fred out of work or something? Marty and I can always lend.
No, this is terrible.
It's bad for everything.
Manufacturers Hanover can take one of life's embarrassing moments out of your life with worry-free overdraft checking. You've probably done it. We all have. You make a small error in your checkbook, and the next thing you know, your paper check is turned to rubber. But with this system, you can write checks bigger than your balance, and they won't bounce. You can make your checking account worry-free by applying for command credit. You can get something else, too. An easy checking card. It lets you cash your Manufacturers Hanover personal check at over 170 branches. Manufacturers Hanover. It's banking the way you want it to be. Member FDIC.
On the 3rd and 1, as we resume off the quick trap, Kotar runs it down to the 2-yard line, has picked up the first down. Jamie Rivers makes the stop, and it's a 1st and goal for the Giants at the 2-yard line. Giants trailing by the score of 7-3 with 10:40 remaining in this first half. Here are the Giants up to the line. Regular pro set, running backs Dawkins and Kotar. Morton calls signals. In motion to the right is Grimm. Here is the fake handoff. Morton pops over the middle of Tucker. Touchdown! One-hand grab by Bob Tucker on a beautiful play call by Morton. He really had the Jets confused.
Oh, there wasn't anything they could do on that one because Morton, if Tucker had been covered, all he had to do was just kind of leg it in himself. He ran a bootleg play and went out to the weak side all by himself. And Tucker, of course, was all by himself because the defensive back, who was Roscoe Word, really caught in a bind out there. He didn't know whether to force or whether to cover. And so he just stayed right in the middle, and he got beat both ways.
Now the try for the point after. Morton will hold. Gogolak will kick. The teams are lined up. Signals are being called as Morton awaits the snap. Here it is, placed down and kicked. It is up, and it is good. And a roar from the crowd greeting Craig Morton as he moves toward the sideline. A timeout on the field. The score now. The New York Giants 10 and the New York Jets 7.
If you're a guy who loves his beer and your work is done but the beer's not near, we say nothing should come between you and your beer. If you're a guy who loves his beer and you're home alone when your friends appear, we say nothing should come between you and your beer. We say Knickerbocker Natural, nothing should come between you and your beer. Knickerbocker Natural, Knickerbocker Natural, Knickerbocker Natural.
Jacob Rupert, New York, and Orange, New Jersey.
Here's the kickoff by Pete Gogolak. 3 deep. Pacone is the man in the middle. A good boot by Gogolak sends Pacone to the end zone. He takes it. He's for the 5. Angles right 10. 15. Hard hit. And down he goes across the 15-yard line. Bobby Brooks, the rookie out of Bishop, with a good, low, hard hit on Lou Pacone. And now Brooks is down. Not only a hard hit on Pacone, but Brooks took himself out pretty good. He is shaken up.
And that's what happens a lot of times whenever you hit a guy right in the knees like that. You get a knee in that headgear, and it really shakes you up. And it's like somebody turns the lights out immediately.
Bobby Brooks being attended to following that good tackle on the kickoff return man, Lou Pacone. It'll be first down for the Jets when we resume at their 17-yard line. Chip?
Well, the score, Marv, the Washington Redskins and Philadelphia Eagles had tied 7-7 going into the second quarter. Other games we'll be bringing you today: Cleveland and the Patriots, Houston and Buffalo, Denver and Baltimore, Miami, New Orleans, Chicago, Green Bay, Pittsburgh and Cincinnati, San Francisco, Dallas, San Diego and KC. These are latest starts. Atlanta, L.A., and Detroit, Oakland. Monday night's game is Minnesota and St. Louis. Brooks is up and moving around pretty well, Sam.
You know, I was just want to say, you see him Brooks led off the field like that. That's why the players call the kickoff team the suicide squad, because when you go down there, you hit that wedge first, and then if you get through that wedge, next guy you hit is the ball carrier, and it's a 50-yard sprint. A lot of concussion on that play, brother.
This Pacone, too, is a tough little kid. He's only a 5'9", 175-pounder, and I've seen him take some pretty good licks this year, and he keeps coming up for more. Brooks has got good size, and Brooks is the man who wound up being helped off the field. But, of course, you say a knee in the helmet will do it every time, no matter how small you are.
Every time.
Brooks looks to be all right. He's trying to walk it off now on the sideline, and the Jets with a 1st and 10 at their 17-yard line. Namath looks it over. Signals are being called. Jets now trail 10-7. Here's Namath faking the handoff. Bullets to the left. Has Parkham back behind the line of scrimmage. The Giants also have him, and they have for a loss back at the 12-yard line. Eldridge Small leading the assault on Jerome Parkham. He spun him around and did not allow him to maneuver free.
And that was a great play by Eldridge Small. That's a very difficult play to stop. That's that wide receiver screen that everyone is using in the league today. And Eldridge got right up on his receiver, made a super play, grabbed a hold of his jersey, just hung on.
Now the score, Cleveland leading the Patriots 14-0 in the second period. That's a surprise.
Now the Giants send on Jim Stanky as the extra defensive back. 5-yard loss, making for a 2nd and 15 for the Jets. Back at their 12-yard line. Namath calling signals. Namath takes it. Namath is back to throw. He's back at us, too. He throws deep down the right side for Knight, and it is batted away out of bounds. Incomplete pass at the 40-yard line, intended for Knight with Chuck Christ covering on the play. Christ earlier in the week was a doubtful because of a pulled thigh muscle coming off that excellent performance, particularly in the final minute against the Kansas City Chiefs, but he's gone all the way at his strong safety position.
You know, Marv, giving Joe Namath all the credit that you can give the guy. He threw that ball a long way on that sideline, and I think he knew that Charlie Christ had Knight covered. So he really put it a little bit too high so no one could get it.
First one he's missed. He's 7 for 8 now.
And it's 3rd and 15 for the Jets. Back of the 12-yard line. Again, signals called by Namath. He takes it and drops straight back. He's back at his goal line with time. Throws the middle. A blue nearly intercepted by Christ. Instead, it is batted down. Christ stepping in front of the intended receiver, the tight end Rich Castor, at the 30-yard line. And the Jets have been stalled by the Giant defensive work, and a hand for the Giant defensive unit as they depart.
And you start to feel the momentum here of the Giants kind of taking control, because the Jets were really going in the first quarter, really going after the Giants, but the Giants, after Namath fumbled that snap, have really kind of come back and getting the charge, and look like they're beating the Jets to the punch down.
And now Greg Gant will boot it from his end zone. 3 deep for the Giants. McQuay, the man in the middle, Athos to the left, Kotar right. McQuay standing at the 40-yard line in Giant territory. The boot by Gant is a short one taken by the up man Kotar. Stutter steps at the 40 and then is rammed at the 35-yard line, rammed out of bounds. And the Giants in superb field condition. Phil Wise making the stop on Doug Kotar. The Giants take over at the Jet 34-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Giants at the 34.
And a lot of times an experienced quarterback like Craig Morton, getting this kind of field position, will come right out and try to get it in real quick to get on that scoreboard and take the momentum completely away from the Jets.
All right, Morton is back to throw on 1st down. Morton looking deep down the right side for Grimm, and he overthrows. Grimm in front of his man, Early Thomas, and a foot race down the right sideline, but the pass looped a little bit too deep.
There again, he tried to do it. As I said, he wanted to take the momentum away from him with that kind of field position. He could afford to gamble a little bit, and he had Grimm open. He just threw it a little bit too hard. And the thing you look for here now, if you're playing defense, is a kind of a draw play.
Now Leon McQuay is back, replacing Doug Kotar. Gillette is to the left, and Grimm right. 2nd and 10 for the Giants at the Jet 34. Morton is back to throw, sets up with time, pumps now, throws to the right, leaping catch made at the near side at the 29-yard line by Dawkins circling out. He was covered by Burgess Owens, and it's a pickup of about 5 on the play. Let's see where they spotted. It is spotted at the 29. 3rd and 5 now for the Giants at the Jet 29-yard line. Giants are going left to right in the second quarter. We have 8 minutes, 53 seconds remaining. Giants leading the Jets by the score of 10-7. Here are the Giants up to the line. Morton ducks in under. Signals called. Morton sets up short, throws. It's deflected. Deflected away by Phil Wise, intended for the tight end, Bob Tucker. Again, one of those look-in attempts by Morton, just trying to dump it over the middle.
Yes, but they also, the Jet defense took the inside away from Mr. Tucker that time, and Morton had to kind of pull that ball down and wait till he cleared, and by the time he did that, he lost control of it, put it a little bit too high, and luckily, he did not get an interception on that tip.
And with the 3rd and 5, Gogolak will attempt the field goal. Morton will hold, straightaway angle. He's holding at the 37, making for a 47-yard attempt by Gogolak, who hit from close in early. Here's the snap, placed down, the boot by Gogolak. It is up, and it is no good, off to the right side. So Gogolak attempting from long range, misses to the right side, and the Jets will take over now with a timeout called on the field.
Other scores, Marv, in the second period. Washington, Philadelphia tied 7-7. In the second period, Cleveland leading New England 14-0. Here's another big surprise. In the second period, Houston 14, Buffalo 0. So 2 out of 3, at least upsets in the making. They've got a long way to go. This game, the Giants leading the New York Jets 10-7, and the Giants just wasting an excellent opportunity, having the ball in great field position on their 34-yard line. On the Jets' 29-yard line, getting it on the 34, moving only as far as the 29, and 3 pass attempts by Morton. He was incomplete twice, and he hit Dawkins on a 5-yarder. So, in accordance with the new rules this year, the Jets will be taking over on the Giant 29. There was a time earlier in the season when Coach Arnsparger, Sam, was punting from that point. He wasn't allowing Gogolak to try for field goals. Gogo had good leg in that. He just hooked it a little bit.
Looks like he's got a lot of his confidence back, Chip.
But the Giants had a chance to add some more points after holding the Jets beautifully on the last series of downs. The Giants came up short, though. So the Jets will be putting the ball in play. 1st and 10 on their own 29-yard line. Marv?
Okay, Chip, Gogolak is now 5 for 10 this season in field goal accuracy. 1st and 10 for the Jets at their 29-yard line. Namath takes it, and the give to Burns. Off to the right. He is hit. He fumbles. Loose ball. And let's see, it is covered up by the Jets. So the Jets with their second fumble in this first half. Van Pelt and Kelly made the stop on Bob Burns, the rookie out of Georgia, being utilized at fullback today because of the absence of both John Riggins and Mike Adamley. And the ball is spotted at the 27-yard line, loss of 2, making for 2nd and 12.
Sam, another super play by your favorite linebacker, Brad Van Pelt. Van Pelt and Athos really jammed that play up. He had nowhere to go, Burns didn't, and Giants were, again, unlucky. They didn't come up with that fumble.
Robert Woods, the Jets' left tackle, made the fumble recovery. 2nd and 12 now for Namath. Boozer and Burns, the running backs. Namath is back to throw. Namath sets up. A lot of time. He fires. Hits Boozer at the 35. He's across the 40 to the 42, 43-yard line. Kelly makes the stop, but the Jets have picked up a 1st down.
And Boozer came out of the backfield, and again, Namath had tremendous amount of time. He gets back there so quick, and he sets up, and he just stands flat-footed, waiting until that receiver come open. And he did come open. Boozer came out of the backfield, ran underneath of the Giant linebacker, particularly Brad Van Pelt, and Namath again very sharp, put the ball right on the money, and Van Pelt missed the tackle, and Boozer picked up another 5 yards.
1st down for the Jets at the Jet 43-yard line. The Giants leading by the score of 10-7. Giants and the Jets meeting for the first time in several years during the course of the regular season. Giants won the first game. Here is the handoff to Burns, scrambles off left guard, and picks up short yardage on the play. Right here, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification.
WNEW Metro Media Radio in New York. My name is Ted Brown. I'm on from 4 to 8 every afternoon. You really don't care, do you?
Marv Albert with Sam Huff and Chip Cipolla from the Yale Bowl in New Haven. Jack Gregory and John Mendenhall combined to make that tackle as Ed Bell reports in at wide receiver for the first time this afternoon. 2nd and 7 now for the Jets at their 46-yard line. Slot formation right. Bell is the man in the slot. Here is Namath on the handoff to Burns. He's to the 50. He's down to the 45. Inside the 45-yard line into Giant territory where he is stopped by the combination of Kelly and Christ, and the Jets have picked up the 1st down.
And there Joe Namath again came back with that draw play. He's got him opened up a little bit now with his tremendous passing. That draw play normally works whenever you go to the air like he has. And on 2nd down this time he went to the draw play instead of 3rd down, because on 3rd down that is an awful lot of yardage to pick up, so he figured he'd have another down in case he didn't make it.
1st and 10 now for the Jets at the Giant 41-yard line. David Knight is back in, replacing Ed Bell. The Jets line up in the I. Here is the give to Boozer, straight ahead across the 35 to the 33-yard line. Emerson Boozer with some nifty body work, finally stopped by Hughes and Lockhart. Jets getting the work from their offensive line. At the tackles, Robert Woods, Winston Hill. Hill was shaken up earlier, was replaced for a spell by Gordy Brown, the rookie out of Boston College. Rasmussen and Pence at the guards. Mulligan, the center. That time a 9-yard advance by Boozer. 2nd and 1 now for the Jets at the Giant 32-yard line. And we have 5 minutes remaining in the first half. The Giants 10 and the Jets 7. Barkham to the right and Knight to the left side. Namath again on the handoff, and this time it's Burns driving to the 28-yard line, and he's picked up a 1st down. Mendenhall and Kelly making the tackle on Bob Burns.
And Joe Namath got the defense he wanted that time. The Giants put in a defensive lineman and took out Ron Hornsby, the linebacker, and shifted to what they call an over defense. Overshifting the defensive line towards the tight end. But Namath had a formation called where he just ran back to the weak side and picked up the 1st down.
They mark it at the 27-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Jets at the Giant 27. Namath takes it again, fakes the handoff to Boozer. Back to throw. He throws, but it's deflected away from the intended receiver, Burns, out on the left flat, deflected by Van Pelt. Brad was able to spin around and get the arm in the air and get a piece of that football.
And that's a very difficult play for a linebacker to make because you have to honor that run fake first, which Namath did. He faked to his backs, and Burns, coming out of the backfield, was open. But Brad Van Pelt, with that great height he has, just stuck up that big hand and knocked it down.
Nice to be 6'5", 235 pounds.
I wouldn't know. I'm only 6'1". Not quite. That's 4 inches. That's a lot of height for a linebacker.
Is that your program height and weight, Sam?
Yes.
Are you really 6'1"? 2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line for the Jets. Here's Namath on the counter to Burns. Turns the corner on the right side. He scrambles down to the 20-yard line. Good second effort by Bob Burns. Van Pelt covered up. It appeared that Burns was hit and was about to be dropped at the 25 as that play developed, but he was able to hold on to that balance and get to the 20-yard line, picking up extra yardage, making for a 3rd and 3 for the Jets.
Say, he is a pretty good runner. He runs with an awful lot of power, and on that draw play, he's swinging it very wide. Normally, a draw play will go right through the middle. But Burns is swinging it very, very wide and picking up that yardage.
Ed Bell is back in. He's flanked to the right. Barkham is to the left. Out of the eye, here's Namath on the give to Boozer. Drives off left guard and drives to the 26 for a 1st down. Hughes and Van Pelt making the stop on the play. And the Jet offense very impressive. Namath started out by going to the air, and now he has been able to utilize his running game very, very effectively. Bob Burns starting at fullback this afternoon with Riggins out with a shoulder injury. Adam Lee is out with pulled hamstring. Hank Bajortman has been used, shuffling in and out of the lineup, but Burns has gone most of the way. A number 9 draft pick out of the University of Georgia, goes 6'3", 212 pounds. 1st down for the Jets at the Giant 16-yard line. Namath takes it. He backpedals. He sets up. Has Boozer free. His pass is dropped by Boozer at the 10. Van Pelt was covering on the play, although Boozer was all by himself. In fact, some 10 feet out to the left side of Boozer, David Knight wide open.
Yes, but I want to tell you, you'll never see anybody more open than Emerson Boozer. And very unusual to see the great pro that he is drop that football because it was right in his hands, and he just lacked concentration. Maybe he was looking for a linebacker. You know, they say a lot of times the back coming out of that backfield hears footsteps.
2nd and 10 for the Jets at the Giant 16-yard line. Namath calls signals. Now Namath takes it. The give to Boozer. To the outside. He is hit and dropped at the line of scrimmage. Roy Hilton all over Emerson Boozer as he tried to get to the outside but could not, and it's a loss of a half yard.
There again, you can go to the well once too often, which Joe Namath just did. He ran that draw play again wide to the right, and Roy Hilton, the first time we've called his name today, come in and made a real important play. That's the place you have to make them. Down there around that 15-yard line and 10 and on in. You've got to come up with those big plays.
3rd and 10 now for the Jets down at the Giants 16. Giants go with the extra defensive back. Jim Steinke is in the lineup for the New York Giants. Here's Namath back to throw with protection from Boozer. He throws for the right side, and it's thrown away out of bounds. Intended for David Knight down at the 2-yard line, covered by Pete Athis. And the Giants have stopped this Jet drive with a 4th and 10 upcoming. Pat Leahy will check in, and the Jets will go for 3.
And again, Namath just threw that ball away because Athis was very tight on his man. He had him covered, and if Namath would have thrown it correctly, like it's designed, Peter might have had the interception. Namath very wisely threw it out of bounds.
The newest New York Jet, Leahy, will attempt a field goal from 34 yards out, slight angle to the left. Gant will hold. It's from the 24. Here's the snap, placed down. The boot by Leahy is good. A line drive straight through. It just did carry over the crossbar. He just got it over. And so Pat Leahy has tied it at 10 and 10 with 2 minutes and 7 seconds remaining in this first half. That's one of the most unusual field goals that I've seen in a while.
Well, it's not like they say, it wasn't beautiful, but it was good, and that's the only thing that counts. It just another 6 inches, he would not have made that baby.
Not pretty, but effective. Jets went 54 yards in 12 plays in that drive to finally tie the score. Leahy's not aesthetic.
It'll look great in the paper tomorrow.
It's a question of whether it was going to hit the crossbar or not. He didn't get that thing more than 10 feet off the ground.
As a matter of fact, if they had a tall guy in the middle, I don't think it would have cleared out the scrimmage.
Spotter Peter Byland just suggested the Giants could have utilized R.C. Owens.
The old alley-oop man. Yeah. 10-10 the score. The Giants and the Jets. We've got 2 minutes and 7 seconds to play in the first half. A game dominated by the quarterbacks so far. Namath is 8 for 13 for 87 yards, and Morton's 8 for 12 for 102 yards. The Giants there gave up a golden scoring opportunity when they had the ball on the Jets' 34-yard line. First down, 10 to go. They couldn't score. Gogo missed a 47-yard field goal attempt, and then the Jets drove down from their 29 to the Giants' 17 before Leahy kicked that field goal. Marv?
Here's the kickoff by Leahy. Played by Kotar, falls down at the 7, scrambles to his feet, he's to the 10, he's to the 15, he eludes Bajorklin out to the 20, to the 24-yard line. Doug Kotar, moving to his right, made a sliding catch and then was able to get back up, and then was brought down by Willie Brister, the backup tight end. Sam?
That's the great thing about pro football now. He fell down and he got up and he picked up about another 10, 15 yards, where in college ball, he would have been down at that position where he fell.
All right, the 2-minute warning is provided. Timeout on the field. The score, the Jets 10, the Giants 10.
A few years ago, automobile manufacturers came up with a solution to help keep the air clean: emission controls. Since then, automobile manufacturers have been faced with a new problem: how to keep the emission controls clean. Clogged emission controls can reduce your miles per gallon as much as 22%. And if there's something we need almost as much as clean air, it's a way to make our gasoline go a little further. That's where we come in. Getty, the company famous for selling one grade of gasoline, Getty Premium, introduces Getty No Lead. If you own a 1971 or newer car and you use Getty No Lead, your emission control system should stay cleaner, which means Getty No Lead gives you more miles for your money from your PCV valve, more miles for your money from your spark plugs, more miles for your money from your exhaust gas recirculating system. Getty No Lead, Getty's newest way of giving you more miles for your money.
Doug Kotar, momentarily stunned by that tackle, had to get some first aid on the field, but he came off the field on his own power, so he's apparently in pretty good shape. Kotar has had a pretty good afternoon so far. He's picked up 36 yards rushing. Giants will be putting the ball in play, 1st and 10 on their own 24-yard line. 2 minutes to go, 1:52 to go, and the score is all tied at 10-10. Marv?
All right, Craig Morton looking things over. Signals are being called as Grimm goes in motion to the left side. Here is Morton back to throw. Morton throws the screen, hits Dawkins. He's to the 20, to the 25, up to the 30. First past one would-be tackler and gets to the 33, 34-yard line. Nice run by Dawkins. Following the reception, Baker and Rivers make the stop on the play. It is close to a first down, and they're asking for the yardsticks. Timeout for a measurement.
You know, it's one thing I like about that Craig Morton is the way he works the football. You know, he sets up series, and he throws those short passes, he throws a long pass. He works over the defense pretty well. He doesn't use one receiver, over the other. He moves that ball very, very well, and he is the type of guy that the Giants have been needing for a long time.
It is just short, a couple of inches short of a first down, so it will be 2nd and inches. They're measuring now again at the center of the field. They measured over toward the near side. I see Burgess Owens shaken up, and he's being helped to the Jet bench. As we take a look at the second measurement, and they're checking it closely, and I believe they saw the same thing they saw at the near side. It is still inches to go.
Well, in truth, what they were doing is kind of marking the ball. You know, in judgment, if they throw it across the field and put it down away from the yardstick, it could be a first down without them even making it.
It is 2nd and inches now. Here are the Giants to the line of scrimmage. Morton ducking it under the center. Highland. Grimm peels left side. Now Morton takes it. The give goes to McQuay. He drives forward off the right side and picks up the first down. Leon McQuay brings to the 38-yard line. John Hicks issuing a good block. Barzalauskas and Baker making the stop on McQuaid.
And the New York Jets are using Carl Barzalauskas on the head of the center, and he's playing much better today than he did in the preseason game.
Giants up to the line of scrimmage in a hurry, and Morton throws to the near side, hits Grimm, stutter steps out of bounds across the 40-yard line. Early Thomas covering on the play. That time Morton had called 2 plays in the huddle, and the Giants battling the clock now, 1:03 remaining in the first half, looked to stop it, and so Morton hit Grimm on the sideline.
Boy, very dangerous pass to throw, that sideline pattern with all those defensive backs in there, and Early Thomas. Another step, he had a touchdown all over because he outguessed Morton that time, but he was just a little late getting there.
For the Giants, 2nd and 5 at their 42-yard line out of the regular pro set. Morton is back to throw. Morton throws the right side, got Grimm again, and he steps out. He's picked up the first down. Beautiful maneuvering by Bob Grimm, giving Early Thomas no room at all. Thomas tried to reach around and could not. Grimm took it close to the chest and then just managed to step out of bounds, so it stops the clock, and the Giants moving upfield very crisply here. First down now at the Jet 45-yard line. We have 50 seconds remaining in this first half. Jets and Giants tied at 10-10. Morton back to throw with time. Morton looks, fires, and it is deflected, intended for Tucker at the 40-yard line. Tucker was double covered. Early Thomas all over him, along with the left linebacker, Ralph Baker. 2nd and 10 now for the Giants at the Jet 45.
And again, Early Thomas was in great position. If he ever picks that ball off, man, there's nothing in between him and the goal line except a lot of grass.
That's the second time Early's been too late.
Oh, well, yeah, but he had his hands on that one.
I promised myself I wouldn't do that today.
Sam, did you hear what he said?
I think he said it's the second time he's been too late.
That Early's been too late.
Oh, Early's been too late. Play on words there.
We have to explain these things. Here's Morton back to throw. Throws the sideline again, and a diving catch is made by Grimm. And let's see, they have ruled it. They ruled it complete. Correction, that was Walker Gillette with a diving grab at the near side, and it's a first down for the Giants. First down at the Jet 33-yard line, and Early Thomas covering on the play, and Morton doing a tremendous job moving this club upfield in a hurry. 45 seconds remaining in this first half. Morton has made 1:03 seem like a very long time, particularly to the Jets. Here's Morton back to throw. Good protection, steps out of the pocket, fires, hits Grimm at the 20, he's down to the 15, and he is ankle tackled at the 12-yard line. Phil Wise making that low tackle. Now the Giants have called for time. What a job being done by Craig Morton.
I want to tell you, we've been witnessing 2 great quarterbacks here this afternoon. That Namath is really hot, and so is Morton, and they can put a lot of life in a ball game. And what I said, these Giant Jet fans, they're all out here to see it. It's going to be a screamer.
Not only that, but Morton showed that the great ability he has to shrug off defenders. He was grabbed twice while standing in the pocket, and he just shook somebody off before firing that bullet to Grimm. No question about it. He's got quite an arm. And with 35 seconds to play in the first half, Morton's already passed for 162 yards, so he's having some kind of afternoon. 13 completions and 18 attempts as the Giants rolled up yardage, but the score is tied at 10-10. It's been an offensive game. There's no question about it. There's been well over 300 yards generated by both teams. Yes, Sam?
You know, Chip, he is not the weakest guy in the world. He's a pretty big guy for a quarterback, and I interviewed him last week, and he stands about 2 inches taller than I am. So I didn't realize playing against him, the guy is as big as he is.
3 inches taller, son.
Yeah, 3 inches.
First and 10 for Morton down at the 13. Morton throws for the end zone, and it is incomplete. Walker Gillette had the hand up. It was thrown a little bit too far. Gillette had a shot at it, but could not hold on. He tried a one-hand grab a la Bob Tucker earlier this first half. Early Thomas, who has been a very busy man, covering on the play.
Earlier the first half, covered by Early D. Whiz. We're getting hung up on Early Thomas here this afternoon, but he is in an awful lot of action because Morton is thrown to his right, and he's working on Early Thomas. So far, he's been too late, as Chip would say.
2nd and 10 now at the 13. Morton fires up the middle, hits his man Tucker, who is stopped jarred at the 5-yard line. 27 seconds remaining, and the Giants have called for time. That stops the clock. Steve Tannen with that hard hit on tight end Bob Tucker. It is a pickup of 8, 3rd and 2 now for the Giants down at the 5-yard line, and 27 seconds remain in this first half.
And for those who watched the television game yesterday between Michigan State and Ohio State had 40 seconds, only got off 2 plays, and one of those were too late. So let's see how many plays a quarterback like Craig Morton can get off.
Hey, Sam, I understand West Virginia played Syracuse yesterday.
They did?
Yeah, your school played Marv's school.
They won, too, and won big. West Virginia
did.
That's right.
I didn't think Marv was going to mention that today.
Yeah, he wasn't. I'm glad he brought it up.
Is that college football?
Well, West Virginia's playing college football.
The other one was JC, I think.
Oh. Boys are getting tough.
Well, when we win, I break out like after the Kansas City game, a lady in a parking lot coming in gave me a New York Giant toboggan because she heard Chip mention the fact that down in Washington I had my Redskin toboggan on.
What do you call those things?
Toboggan.
Toboggans?
Yeah.
I picture people thinking of you in a sled, Sam. We'll have to get
Chip calls this a warm hat.
back to that later. 3rd and 2 now for the Giants. Here's Morton back to throw, throws for the end zone, and it's batted down. Batted down away from the intended receiver, Chip Glass. Steve Tannen got a hand on the ball, and so in a 4th and 2 situation, the Giants will go for 3. And Pete Gogolak checks in. Peter is 1 for 2 thus far today. Hit from 26 yards out, missed from long range, attempted a 47-yarder later on. Morton will hold this one with the straightaway angle from 22 yards out. Morton holding at the 12-yard line. Here's the snap, placed down. The kick by Gogolak is good. And the Giants have recaptured the lead by the count of 13-10 with only 20 seconds remaining in this first half.
And Pete Gogolak, as I say, looks the way he's kicking here this afternoon really has his confidence back. You know, that's very difficult for a lot of kickers. They're really not a part of the ball club until there's such a time you got to go out there and perform. And then if you miss, you're still not part of the ball club, and if you hit it, well, you're supposed to do that.
Well, he was, I guess at one point he was 1 for 5, and Pete was obviously disturbed by the fact that he didn't get much kicking time during the preseason. Felt that he needed the work and felt that Arnsparger had no confidence in him. Well, Arnsparger has shown renewed confidence in Gogolak, and Gogolak is responding. Marv?
All right, here's the kickoff by Gogolak. It's taken by the deep man Pacone. Angles to the right side. He's up to the 20. Circles now at the far side and then runs it out of bounds at the 25. Van Pelt trailing him on the play, and the clock is stopped with 13 seconds remaining in this first half. The Giants now lead it by the score of 13-10. And the Jets take over at their 25-yard line.
You know, Marv, there's another place you can tell and a great improvement on Brad Van Pelt because he makes an awful lot of tackles on that kickoff team. He's big, he's strong, he's fast, and he gets down there, and he lays that shoulder pad into those backs on that kickoff team. He gets it.
See, Jim Steinke has checked in, and the Giants, for obvious reasons, go with the 5 defensive backs here on first down against Namath. 1st and 10. At the 25-yard line, Jets line up in the I. Namath looks it over. Now they shift to the regular pro set, and the backs are tight. Namath crossing up the Giants with the handoff, gives to Burns, so the Jets want to run out the clock. Burns gets to the 29-yard line. Mendenhall and Gregory make the stop. Time running out here in the first half. There's the gun, and that's the end of the first half. Chip will be back with a wrap-up after this message. The score once again, the New York Giants 13 and the New York Jets 10. We are just about set for the start of play in the second half. The New York Giants leading the New York Jets by the score of 13-10 as Pete Gogolak tees up the football. And we're just seconds away from the kickoff to get things going in the second half. 3 deep for the Jets. Lou Pacone, the man in the middle, and a good twisting spiral by Gogolak. It is taken by Pacone. He's out to the 15, 20, 25, and hit high and hard by Gary Pettigrew. And Pacone, as is his style, gets right to his feet and runs off to the sideline. He was hit hard and low by Bobby Brooks, who was shaken up in the first half. This time a hard hit by Pettigrew.
Well, boy, that Pettigrew really laid the shoulder pad in there, and a big defensive tackle on a kickoff team, something you don't very often see, especially a veteran like Pettigrew, and I think he's a little angry about that. Anyway, he really popped it.
All right, the Jets, Joe Namath, 1st and 10 at the Jet 25-yard line out of the regular pro set. Namath on the handoff to Boozer. Stutter steps off left tackle. and brings it across the 30 to the 33, 34-yard line. Good second effort then by Boozer. Let's see where they mark his forward progress. Spider Lockhart made the stop on the play, and they have placed it at the 35. Boozer was reaching out to the 35. And it is 2nd and 1, just short of a first down. 2nd and 1 at the 35-yard line. Bob Burns, Emerson Boozer are the running backs. Jerome Barkham is split out to the left, and David Knight out to the right side as Namath calls signals. Namath looks it over, signals called, he takes it, fakes the handoff. Now he fires one deep down the right side, intended for Knight down at the 30-yard line, but way overthrown with Athos covering on the play.
And you mentioned number 45, Pete Athos. He's really with David Knight. He takes the inside position away from him, and he runs step for step down the sideline. There's just no way that Namath can get that ball in there, because if there was, he would certainly do it.
Namath rifling deep down that right sideline, but it was overthrown by a pretty good margin. Here's Hank Bajorklin checking in, replacing Bob Burns for this 3rd and 1 situation, and the Jets go with the 2 tight end offense. Willie Brister and Rich Castor are the tight ends. 3rd and 1 for the Jets at their 35-yard line. Namath takes it. They give Bajorklin on the slant to the right. He's picked up the first down, and then he's pushed back the other way. Hank Bajorklin, power runner, galloping for the first down. Van Pelt and Athos make the stop, and so the Jets with the first down now at their 37-yard line. Advance of 2 by Bajorklin.
And I see big number 50, Wayne Mulligan, limping back to the huddle, and he's the offensive center. And if Namath loses him, that'll throw a lot of timing out of their offense. Of course, he's been taking a pounding from Big John Mendenhall.
Barkham is left now. Knight is right. Regular pro set. The backs are tight. Burns and Boozer are the running backs. The give is to Burns. Spins across the 40 to the 43-yard line. Van Pelt and Hornsby make the stop on the play. Bob Burns averaging about 3 yards per carry coming into today's action. 10 carries, 31 yards. Getting the starting assignment today with those injuries suffered by John Riggins and Mike Adamle.
You know, I've heard about how poor this New York Jets team has been doing. They've only had 1 victory, but the way they looked here this afternoon, they don't look that poor. They really get off the ball very well, and Namath is really calling a super football game.
2nd and 4 now for Namath at the Jet 44-yard line. Namath looking it over. He takes it. The give to Burns, and he can go nowhere. Tries the left side, but he's stopped by Mendenhall. So this time, Burns could not maneuver for room, and it will be a 3rd and about 4. They place it just outside the 44-yard line. 3rd and 4 at the 44.
And in a passing situation like this, most clubs this year have been working on Eldridge Small. When they've needed it, they come to the left. Number 18, Eldridge Small. And let's see if Namath does that, because Pete Athos has been having a super year, and he covers his receivers very tightly.
And the Jets go with the 3 wide receivers. Eddie Bell in a slot to the right, replacing Emerson Boozer. But the handoff goes to Burns, crosses him up to midfield, down to the Giant 45-yard line, and a Jet first down. Ron Hornsby making it back from a knee injury, making the stop on Bob Burns.
And that time, the Giants, knowing that it was a passing situation, moved Brad Van Pelt out of his linebacking position way out over the head of a wide receiver, trying to force Namath to run the football. That's exactly what they did. They ran it, picked up the first down.
First down at the Giant 45-yard line, 11 and a half remaining. 3rd quarter, the Giants 13 and the Jets 10. Now Burns back in the lineup, combining with Boozer at the running backs. The fake handoff to Burns. Namath with much time throws the right side and overthrows, with Athos covering up completely on Jerome Barkham. And Namath threw that one away. Barkham down at the 30-yard line and had absolutely no breathing space at all. Chip?
Namath hit his first 7 passes in the game and really looked brilliant. He has since hit only 1 of his next 8. So Joe is kind of following the pattern he's followed all year long. He's really red hot at one point in the game, and then he cools off. Although the running game has gone brilliantly, with Burns picking up 48 yards so far.
Now Namath has a 2nd and 10 at the 45. Eddie Bell is back in. Slot right formation. Giants with that 5th defensive back, Jim Stanky, in the defensive secondary double wing formation with the lone deep back Burns. Namath with a long count. Namath takes it, gives to Burns straight ahead, and he gets to the 44-yard line. Bob Burns stopped by John Mendenhall. Pickup of 1, perhaps 2 on the play.
The thing that Joe has done, he's changed his game plan. He was throwing across the middle. You might remember David Knight going across the middle, making those great plays, but Joe has changed and started throwing those deep sideline patterns for some reason. He has not hit on one of those, and he has left the middle completely alone, which was wide open in the first quarter.
And now it is Barkham to the right side and Knight to the left. Again, the double wing. The lone deep back this time is Bajorklin as Namath calls signals. He takes it. He's back to throw. He looks to the right. He throws to the right. He's got ball, and he runs it out of bounds at the 32-yard line. Steinke covering on the play, but the Jets have picked up the first down. Eddie Bell with a quick square out to the right side. Took that pass from Namath, ran it out of bounds, and it's a first down for the Jets down at the Giant 32-yard line.
And he got Eddie Bell man-to-man on Jim Steinke in the middle there, and Eddie Bell ran a deep square out, and Namath, again, very sharp whenever he hits. He put it right on the money.
The Jets now go with Boozer and Bajorklin at the running backs. In the slot to the right is Knight, and Barkham is off to the right side. The give to Bajorklin, hit and dropped at the line of scrimmage. Bajorklin trying to ram straight ahead. Met up with Henry Reed, and Reed was able to ram him back the other way. Bajorklin ran into a wall, and no gain on the play.
And evidently, Henry Reed was blitzing from his linebacking position, because that's the only way that you can make that kind of hit, is to be going in there on a red dog and just happen to see the quarterback hand the ball off to the halfback and drop him in his tracks.
2nd and 10 now for the Jets at the Giant 32-yard line. Again, a slot right formation. The lone deep back is Bajorklin. The give to Bajorklin straight ahead, and this time stopped by Kelly as he gets to the 30, and he's driven back the other way. Hank Bajorklin taking some pretty good pops, 2 in a row. First it was Reed, and then Kelly. Bajorklin did pick up 2 on the play, and it's a 3rd and 8 now for the Jets at the Giant 30-yard line. 9.5 remaining, third quarter. The Giants lead the Jets 13-10. Jets moving from right to left in this third quarter. They are in white trimmed with green. Big play coming up right here for early in the ball game. Namath checks it over. Giants shifting around on their front line. They have the 5-3 in with Reed in the lineup. Here's Namath throwing, hits Bajorklin. He's at the 25, driving for the first down, but he falls short. He's stopped by Van Pelt. Bajorklin made the grab and then cut up field, got to the 25, saw that first down marker, and Van Pelt snacked him up. And so the Jet drive is stopped, and the Jets, let's see, it appeared that Pat Leahy would be called for. No, they're going to go for the first down. It is a 4th and about 1.5 yards.
Oh, what an important tackle that time by Brad Van Pelt. Just 1.5 yards short of a first down, and here comes Mr. Namath. And who knows what he has in the back of his mind of what he called in that huddle.
All right, the crowd very anxious on this one. 4th and 1.5 yards. Namath takes it. The give for Bajorklin. He drives forward. He's got the first down inside the 20 to the 17-yard line, where he is stopped by Ethis.
Oh, what confidence that is they have in that running game, because that offensive line got off the ball, and did they make a hole over to the Giant left defense, because they just rode them out, and they had a hole in there you could drive a Mack truck through.
Hank Bajorklin has come off the bench, done a good job. He's taken a couple of hard hits, and that time he was able to pick up the first down. First down for the Jets at the Giant 17-yard line. 7:40 remaining third quarter. Giants lead it 13-10. Regular pro set in that Jet backfield. Slot formation left. Namath takes it. Again, the handoff. This time it's Burns crashing across the 15 to the 14-yard line. Charlie Winter now shuffling his fullbacks, Bob Burns and Hank Bajorklin. That time Burns was stopped by Mendenhall and the left linebacker, Van Pelt. The ball is marked at the 13-yard line, making for an advance of 4, and it's a 2nd and 6 now for the New York Jets down at the Giant 13-yard line. Eddie Bell has checked back in. Bell in the slot to the left side for the 2nd and 6 call by Namath. He's in under the center, Wayne Mulligan. The backs are tight as Namath checks it over. Now they shift to the eye. Namath takes it. The handoff to Boozer straight ahead, twisting down to the 3-yard line. A beautiful run by Emerson Boozer. And he's got the first down. Athos and Kresk finally able to stop Boozer. Tremendous second effort by Emerson.
And a tremendous hole again over on the right side of the Jet offensive line. Those offensive linemen are doing a great job of moving the Giants, and they're opening up holes that even Chip Cipolla could run through, if you believe that.
Well, Sam, that may be stretching.
You think I'm exaggerating? I might be. But I want to tell you, they're moving. They are on the move.
Now, Chip is tough, I know that.
They got 110 yards rushing, the Jets do, unofficially. But their rushing and their passing game is almost evenly divided.
First and goal now for the Jets down at the 3-yard line. Namath calling signals, takes it, handoff for Bjorklund to the outside. He drives in for the touchdown. Hank Bjorklund making the turn on the right side. He's being hugged by teammates, but a penalty marker is down. It's against the New York Jets. Bjorklund does not even realize it at the far side. Now he stopped short. A holding penalty called on the Jets. Bjorklund and Burns were pounding each other on the back, racing off the field, and were they surprised when their attention was finally now wait a moment, it is a holding penalty. Bjorklund and Burns still a little bit disappointed. They did not realize it as they ran off the field. And now the holding penalty is indicated.
And that holding penalty can really change the complexion of the game, because it came at a very important time for the New York Giants and a very poor time for the New York Jets. That really hurts. And let's see what Namath does here. He'll come right back and try to pick up that yardage to move it in. He must score on this drive.
It is first and goal now from the 13-yard line. The Jets in a double wing. The lone deep back is Burns. The gift to Burns. He drives across the 10, inside the 10, to the 9-yard line. Kelly makes the stop on the play. Burns was actually tripped up at the 9. It'll be a second and goal now at the 9-yard line. The Giants leading the Jets 13-10 with 5 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in this very quick-moving third quarter, because of the ground game being utilized by the New York Jets. Again, the Jets in a double wing with Bell in the slot to the right side. Knight is to the left, Markham right. The give to Burns. He rams forward and gets to the 6-yard line. Namath utilizing his fullbacks, Burns and Bjorklund. Again, Burns with the carry, stopped by Hilton.
And the amazing thing to me is they can pick up that kind of yardage on the running game, because we only have one back in the backfield. And I guess the Giants are really playing back, thinking the Namath is going to pass. But, brother, that fullback is just eating up the yardage right up through the middle and to the right side, or left side of the Giant defense.
They've consumed over 10 minutes on this drive. The Giants have not had the ball in the third quarter yet, and there's less than 5 minutes to play.
Third and goal now for the Jets at the 6-yard line, but a timeout has been called by Joe Namath. And Namath trots over to the far side and goes to the Jet bench to talk with Charlie Winter. There's a timeout on the field with the score. The Giants 13, the Jets 10.
Does this bus go up Madison Avenue?
That's what the sign says, lady.
One Margaret Martin on a bus ride she'd rather not take.
Move to the rear of the bus, please. Come on.
She's spending half her lunch hour and half her lunch money going to the bank to put money in her savings account. Little does she realize that she can save at a bank right around the corner. Manufacturers Hanover.
Oh, my foot.
They not only offer high interest, they offer a lot more. They have over 170 branches, so she can bank close to her job, close to her home, close to wherever she happens to be. She can make deposits wherever the spirit moves her. She can have a checking account to go with her savings account, and a card that lets her cash her check at any Manufacturers Hanover branch. If Margaret Martin saved at Manufacturers Hanover, she could spend her lunch hour having lunch.
Oh, look at that traffic. I'll never get back to work on time.
Manufacturers Hanover. It's banking the way you want it to be. Member FDIC.
Jets have controlled the ball. This is Chip Cipolla, by the way, along with Marv Albert and Sam Huff, just in case you forgot. It's been so long since we've had a timeout. Jets have controlled the ball For 10 minutes and 13 seconds since the start of the third quarter, they've run 17 plays, 13 of them on the ground. Namath's only tried 4 passes, completed 2. But it's been a crunching ground game by Burns, Bjorklund, and Boozer, the 3 Bs. That's taken the Jets from their 26 to the Giants' 6. Marv?
All right, Chip, 3rd and goal now from the 6-yard line. Slot formation to the right. Bell, the man in the slot. Malone deep back is Bjorklund. Signals called. Namath backpedals. Namath looking. Big rush. He throws for the end zone, and it's overthrown. He threw it out of the end zone. Intended for Rich Castor. Castor leaping, and he can go up at 6'5", 228 pounds, but it was way overthrown. Henry Reed, who goes 6'3", 230, was all over Castor, and it now is a 4th and goal from the 6, and the Jets will try for the field goal as Pat Leahy reports in.
There's one thing for sure. Joe Namath and Charlie Winter on the sideline. The discussion evidently was, whatever you do, don't get this ball intercepted. If they're covered, throw it away. And again, Joe, with his great experience, did just that.
This is a 22-yard attempt. They'll hold it at the 12. Gant awaits the snap. It's placed down and kicked. It is up, and it is good. This one was truly right through there, no question about it. And there's a timeout on the field with the score. The New York Giants 13, the New York Jets 13.
My beer is Rheingold, the dry beer. Think of Rheingold whenever you buy beer.
In 1958, Rheingold won the gold medals at the last European World's Fair in Brussels and at the International Exposition in Munich. The Lord Mayor of Munich had this to say when he presented the gold medal to Rheingold. As a beer lover and a connoisseur, I say without doubt that Rheingold Extra Dry is one of the finest beers in the world. Rheingold is proud to say that ever since then, Rheingold is producing the same gold medal-winning Rheingold beer in the very same way, using the very same ingredients, the world's best quality hops, corn, and malt that money can buy. And even more important, the very same brewmasters are actually still at Rheingold, brewing the award-winning Rheingold beer.
Won't you try Extra Dry Rheingold beer?
Rheingold Breweries Incorporated, Brooklyn, New York.
All right, Leon McQuay and Joe Dawkins are now the deep men as Leahy approaches the ball, and here is the kickoff, tied at 13 apiece. A line drive, one hop by McQuay at the 4. He's up to the 10, cuts to the 15, he's to the 20, and whirls across the 25-yard line. Pretty run back by Leon McQuay, who burst right by Hank Bjorklund, who had a shot at him down at the 15-yard line. Lou Facone making the tackle on the play.
Sam, I think that's got to be a world's record for controlling ball. 10 minutes and 22 seconds. The Jets ran 18 plays, wound up with a 22-yard field goal by Pat Leahy to tie the score at 13-13. But I can't remember the last time a team controlled the ball for almost 10 and a half minutes.
And only got 3.
So we're tied at 13. Craig Morton, who's had a long rest period, takes the handoff to McQuay, rolls to the right, looks, now throws the middle, and it is thrown away, nearly intercepted. Incomplete, intended for either Grimm or Tucker. Cutting over the middle, Steve Tannen covering on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Giants at their 28.
That's a very difficult pass to complete whenever you roll out like that, like Craig Morton did. He rolled out to his right. Evidently he has the option to run or pass. He used that option in to throw the pass, but he did not plant. He did not sit and throw. He threw off the run, and therefore the ball has a tendency to take off on you whenever you do that, and a lot of times you'll get an interception.
2nd and 10 for Morton at the 28. The give now to McQuay. Follows blockers on the right side. Sweep to the right. Runs it out to the 34, 35-yard line. Stopped by Steve Tannen. I see Rich Sowles, who hurt his ribs earlier, is all right. He's back in at left cornerback. Roscoe Word at the other corner. The safety men are Burgess Owens and Steve Tannen. The linebackers, Baker, Rivers, and Eversole. And the front 4 for the New York Jets, Gallagher, Barzalowskis, Schmiesing, and Lomas. It is 3rd and 3 now at the 35-yard line by virtue of that 7-yard pickup by Leon McQuay. In the Giant backfield, McQuay now combining with Dawkins. Here is Morton rolling right, throws short, hits his man for a first down. Completes to Dawkins, who runs it out at the 40. It was covered by Ralph Baker, and it's a first down for the Giants at their 40-yard line. Just 4:13 remaining in this third quarter, and we're tied at 13. A
Update on scores at the end of the half. The Eagles lead the Redskins 14-7. At the end of the half, the Browns and Patriots are tied 14-14. At the end of the half, the Oilers lead the Bills 14-6. In the second period, Denver 7, Baltimore nothing. In the second period, Dallas 10, San Francisco nothing.
All right, the Giants to the line with Grimm peeling to the right side. Gillette is split to the right. Morton on the handoff to McQuay, jumping off the left side, gets to the 36-yard line. McQuay carrying. McQuay is the third man used at the running back slot. Ron Johnson, the scheduled starter, despite that broken bone in the right hand, has not played today. Doug Kotar was shaken up earlier after he went most of the way. And now McQuay is in there. He was stopped by Ebersole and Word. Picked up 4 on the play. It's a 2nd and 6 for the Giants at the Giant 44. Now the give to Dawkins, tries the left side and gets out near midfield but short of the first down. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification.
Hi, folks. This is Gene Clavin of Clavin in the Morning on WNEW. Hey, that's what this is, WNEW, Metro Media Radio in New York.
Marv Albert with Sam Huff and Chip Cipolla from the Yale Bowl in New Haven on a beautiful spring-like day that has brought out a huge crowd. We don't have the official figures, but better than 62 here. And it's a 3rd and 2 for the Giants at their 48. Now Grimm peels to the left side. Morton fakes the handoff. Morton back to throw. He dumps it to Tucker. He's at the 40, down to the 35. He's to the 30, breaks the tackle, brings to the 25-yard line where Steve Cannon clamps him down. Bob Tucker making a long gainer out of that dump pass from Morton. And the Giants for the first down and more. First down now at the Jet 25.
And Bob Tucker made a super play underneath, and Morton, he was wide open. But also Grimm, who ran a deep post pattern, also was open. And Morton that time had 2 guys open. He picked the big guy, Bob Tucker, and Grimm could not throw a block. If he had him, he would have clipped. Very wisely, it pulled off.
Gillette left and Grimm right. Again, Grimm in motion, this time to the left side, followed over by Owens. The give to McQuay, dances the right side, turns the corner, fights his way to the 22-yard line. McQuay with a good move to the outside after he was trapped inside, and Rich Sowles came up to make the tackle. Ball is spotted at the 21-yard line, and it will be a 2nd and 6 for the Giants.
And it looked like the way both these offenses are able to move the ball on the ground and through the air, that it's going to be a control-type game. Whichever team gets it is going to keep it until they score at least 3.
Minute and a half remaining here in the third quarter. Now Grimm goes to the right, and Gillette is to the left side. Signals call. Morton on the give to McQuay up the middle. He's to the 15, cuts outside. He's to the 10, tries to move back inside, gets inside the 10, and he's brought down by Burgess Owens. Beautiful run by Leon McQuay, who has come alive and has sparked this offense in the third quarter. What little time the Giants have had to show offense, with the Jets completely controlling that football here in the third. McQuay has picked up a first down, 1st and goal for the Giants down at the 9-yard line.
And Leon is a very gifted runner. And evidently he's been playing number 3 behind Kotar and Johnson. But he's really showing some spark here this afternoon.
Morton asks for quiet from the crowd, then hands to McQuay, tries the left side, but this time he is stopped at the line of scrimmage. McQuay tried to circle but could not accelerate, and Barzalauskas was there to make the stop. Loss on the play of a couple. It'll be a 2nd and goal at the 11-yard line. Time running down in this third quarter, only 20 seconds remaining. Giants up to the line of scrimmage, led by the center, Bob Hyland. Let's see if they get it off. They do. Morton is back to throw. Throws for the end zone for Grimm. Touchdown! Bob Grimm in the right-hand corner beat Rich Sowles, and the Giants have taken the lead by the score of 19-13.
Oh, he had Sowles beat that time. Grimm from the flanker position came in, and Sowles came up on him, took his one bump. He's not allowed to bump and run, but he did take that one bump. And Bob Grimm faked to the inside and ran a deep corner, and he had Sowles beat by at least poor step, and Morton, very hot, put it right on the money.
He just turned Sowles completely around. He had Sowles facing the far grandstand when he's supposed to be facing Grimm, but turned him completely around.
Now the try for the point after. Morton will hold. Gogolak will kick. Signals being called. Here's the snap, placed down and booted. It is up, and it is good. So the Giants, with just 12 seconds remaining in this third quarter, and with very little time to operate, with Joe Namath and the Jets controlling that football for better than 10 minutes. An incredible display of ball control. Nevertheless, the Giants able to move up that field in a hurry, and the touchdown drive capped off by the pass from Morton to Grimm in the right-hand corner, and the Giants now lead the Jets by the score of 20-13.
And I might add that both these defenses are going to go home a little bit battered and bruised because they're catching an awful lot of offense head on, and the offense is getting the best of it today.
Giants went 78 yards, 10 plays, as Morton moved them for 7 points in 4.5 minutes. Joe took 10.5 minutes to get 3. You keep with that kind of percentage, the Giants are going to be in good shape.
Yeah, I'd take 7 anytime.
There's the kickoff by Gogolak, taken by Bajorklin at the 10. He's up to the 20. He's to the 25. Tries to jump, tries to hurdle at the 30, and he comes crashing down across the 30-yard line. 2 seconds remaining in this third quarter, and the New York Jets will put it in play at their 31-yard line. Rick Dvorak made the tackle on the play. Correction, it was Lou Picone on the return, bringing to the 31-yard line. And the Jets huddle up, come out of the huddle to the line of scrimmage. They work out of the eye. Namath looks it over as Burns and Boozer as the running backs. Now they shift to the regular pro set. Long count by Namath. Now he takes it, and the handoff to Burns finds a hole on the right side, gets to the 35, up to the 40-yard line as time runs out in this third quarter. Van Pelt, Kelly, and Christ combined to make that stop on Burns. And that's the end of the third quarter with the score, the Giants 20, the Jets 13.
Hi, I'm Al Vitarelli, Manhattan American. And if it sounds like I'm in a hole, I am. I'm buried with gremlins, hornets, matadors, and they're all brand new, all buyer protected and all ready to go. And if it's a Jeep you need or 100% money back guaranteed used car, I got them too. So you help me get out of the hole and I'll help you save some dough. Come on in to the Savings Corner at 66th Street on West End Avenue and take a look around. Kick the tires, open the hood, scream at my salesman. Even bring in your old car for free appraisal. Bring all the kids to meet Morris the Cat, and while you're there, pick up a free entry blank and join our giant sweepstakes contest. No purchase necessary. Win a TV set, stereo, even a set of tickets to a Giant home game. All winners are selected at random drawing. If you can't come to us, we'll come to you. Call or visit us at Manhattan American, 66th Street and West End Avenue, or phone 873-5500. That's 873-5500. We're open from 9 to 9, Monday through Friday, 9 to 6 on Saturday. Manhattan American, home of a guaranteed car.
That was 10 yards that Bob Burns picked up, and he's got a first down to the 41-yard line of the Jets, and Burns is having quite an afternoon for himself, the rookie is. He's carried 15 times for 73 yards, and his running has sparked the Jet offense in the second half. Namath's passing has slackened off somewhat, but Burns running, together with some helpful running from Bajorklin and Boozer, has kept the Jets in the ball game. Marv?
First down for the Jets at their 41-yard line. Now slot left formation. Knight is in the slot as Namath looks over to the left side. Namath takes it. The give to Burns. Breaks a tackle and scrambles up near the 45-yard line. Mendenhall makes the stop.
And Joe Namath is using a lot of automatics right at the line of scrimmage. That's why he's taking so long before the snap. He's taking advantage of the Giant defense, was doing a lot of shifting around and moving Brad Van Pelt primarily out on the wide receiver, leaving a big hole on the weak side. And Joe Willie, with that great experience, just shifts his backs around and hits the Giants where they're the weakest, back to the weak side.
2nd and 6 now at the 45. Chuck Christ was shaken up a couple of plays back. Clyde Powers has come on, replacing Chuck, who comes off an injury suffered in the game against KC last week. Here is Namath back to throw. Namath sets up. Namath throws the middle, and he completes it across the 43 to the tight end, Rich Castor, in Giant territory for a first down. Kelly and Powers make the stop on the play. And it's a first down for the New York Jets.
And you remember we said earlier that he had left his game plan, throwing those crossing patterns across the middle, which has been open. He was going to the sideline. He is now come back across the middle, and again, Castor wide open. In the middle, he hits it.
And that's the first catch this afternoon for Rich Castor, who was a doubtful today because of that hamstring missed last week against Houston. First down for the Jets at the Giant 42-yard line. Castor is tight now on the right side as Namath drops back, sets up short, throws the right, and hits Knight, who in turn is hit and bounced out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Bumped out by Athos. So Namath going back to the air now. Jets have been utilizing play calls in droves. They've been staying with the run, staying with the pass. This time Namath connects for the second consecutive time, advance of 7. And the Jets now with a 2nd and 3 down at the Giant 35-yard line. Barkham splits to the left. Eddie Bell back in that Jet lineup. He is out to the right side. The running backs are Boozer and Burns. Namath, the quarterback, takes it. The handoff to Burns. He nearly fumbled it. Drives off right tackle and picks up a couple on the play. Mendenhall making the stop.
You know, when it comes to calling plays, I think perhaps the two greatest play callers that I've ever seen, one of them is now doing television broadcasting by the name of Johnny Unitas, who's here this afternoon, and Joe Namath. They're excellent at selecting plays and really moving the football.
That's close to a first down. They're going to measure for it. Burns continues to run well against the Giant defense. The Giant defense, I don't know, Sam, it seems that now that they found Morton, the Giant defense has slackened off in the last couple of games. They give an awfully lot of yardage to Kansas City. Now that the Giant offense is sparked, the defense is hurting. They missed it by perhaps a foot.
You know, Chip, this happens to a lot of clubs. You know, they develop defensively comes natural because you're playing on desire and determination. And whenever you do get an offense going, sometimes your defense has a tendency to let up. But I think what's wrong here this afternoon is the fact that the Giant defense is trying to take Namath's pass away from him and give him the running game, so to speak, and make them run. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's going to control that football.
For the Jets, a 3rd and 1 at the Giant 32-yard line. Giants on top by the score of 20-13. Full house backfield now for the New York Jets. Namath ducks it under. Signals called. A long count. Now Namath takes it. The handoff to Bjorklund goes smashing off the right side, and he has the first down. Van Pelt stopping him, but Bjorklund, shouldering his way on both Kelly and Van Pelt, was able to pick it up. And so it's a first down for the Jets, who are in the midst of another very methodical drive. This time Namath mixing it up both on the ground and in the air. First down at the 31-yard line. Henry Reed is checked back into that Jet defensive alignment. 12:24 remaining in this fourth quarter, and the Jets are trailing by a TD, 20-13. Regular pro set in that backfield. Slot formation left. Bell is in the slot. Namath calling signals. Now Namath takes it, backpedals, throws to the left side, overthrows Barkham. Down at the 24-yard line, covered by Clyde Powers, the strong safety man, replacing Chuck Christ, who was shaken up just a few minutes ago. Sam?
And Broadway Joe very upset with himself. He read blitz that time, and he read it correctly. Henry Reed was coming from his 53 position. However, Joe's back picked up Reed very well, and Joe hurried his throw, was way off target, threw it very high, and anytime he does that, he becomes upset at himself.
You know, it's amazing. 44 passes thrown in this game so far. There have been no interceptions. There have been no turnovers.
And Namath comes in with 17 on the season. All right, Namath is back to throw. Namath sets up. He fires a strike and hits his man cutting over the middle across the 25-yard line. Emerson Boozer making the catch. Brought down by Pat Hughes at the 21-yard line. And they're calling for the yardsticks. The Jets needed the 21 for a first down. And it is just on that 21-yard line. And here are the yardsticks being brought out. Close check by both Giant and Jet players. And it is short by inches. Short of a first down. It'll be a 3rd and 1.
You know, Marv, a lot of people say that you can't throw against a 53 defense. You should run against it. Well, Namath does both. He runs against it. He uses that running game to his distinct advantage as well as the passing game, and he throws right in the teeth of that 53, right at those linebackers, in between those seams, and he's hitting them.
Now the Jets go with that full house once again. 3 running backs in there. Boozer, Burns, and Bajorklin for this 3rd and inches. Namath takes it. Quarterback sneak, and he has the first down. And the fans responding because you usually do not see Joe in those rushing statistics when the final sheet is compiled at the end of the game. But you can credit Namath with a pickup of about 1.5 yards. He's picked up the first down.
I was going to give him a half. I was going to give him a half a yard, which picked up the first down. But how do you put that in the statistics? Kind of slim.
1 rush, 1 yard. That's it.
All right, first down for the Jets down at the Giant 20-yard line. Giants leading 20-13. Namath is back to throw. Throws for the left. He hits Barkham, spins at the 9, and that is hit and tackled by Eldridge Small. So Namath hits Barkham down at the 9-yard line, and it is another first down for the Jets. It'll be 1st and goal. Correction, at the 14-yard line. Pickup of 6 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and 4 for the Jets at the Giant 14-yard line. Eddie Bell is back in the lineup. Bell being shuffled in and out by Charlie Winter. Did not see much action in the first half, but here in the second has been in and out, alternating with both halfbacks and wide receivers. Bell in the slot to the right side. Handoff, Burns straight ahead. Down to the 10, down to the 5-yard line. Bob Burns with a straight ahead power move, and Clyde Powers was able to haul him down, and now a first down for the Jets. It'll be 1st and goal for the Jets at the 6.
And when you talk about this running game, man, they're not doing anything fancy. They're just coming straight ahead. The closest distance to the goal line is a straight line, and that's where they're running, right in the middle and to their right.
9.5 remaining in this 4th quarter. The Jets on the move once again. High formation in that backfield. Burns lined up in front of Boozer. Barkham is split to the left side. Namath takes it. The give to Boozer. He tries to hurdle the right side, nearly coughed up the football, and is able to pick up very short yardage. Van Pelt stacking him up on the right side. Boozer, as he went high in the air, bobbled it and was able to hold on. Sam?
I think one of the interesting things coming up here facing Charlie Winter is if they don't pick up this this touchdown right here, will he go for the touchdown or will he go for the 3 points? Because Namath is running out an awful lot of clock. 8 minutes, 56 seconds remaining, and they're on the 4-yard line.
2nd and goal from the 4. Regular pro set with the backs split. Namath looking it over. Namath takes it. The give to Boozer. Cuts off left guard. Gets to the 3. And then he's pushed back the other way. Boozer saw the daylight, and then they closed it up on him. And he was stopped by Hughes, the right linebacker, and Crest back in there, the strong safety man. So it will be a 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line.
And I want to tell you, Namath wants to get it in on this play if he can. So this is going to be his scoring play because he don't want Winter to have to make that decision.
Bellows to the right. Barkham is to the left. You hear the crowd roaring. 3rd and goal at the 3-yard line. Namath takes the handoff. He bootlegs it in for the touchdown. Joe Namath in a surprise call, running the left side, took it in.
And the entire Jet team left the bench to go into the end zone to congratulate him. He didn't bootleg it in, he boot-limped it in.
Yeah. I want to tell you, he surprised everybody in this football stadium and probably in New York City because that's the first time I've ever seen Joe Namath do that. On one drive, a quarterback sneak for a first down and a bootleg for a touchdown. I told you he needed it bad. He didn't want to make that decision, and he got it in himself. He didn't want to take any chances.
Here's the try for the point after the Jets look to tie it. Placed down. Leahy's boot is up, and it is good. There's a timeout on the field, but the score in a beauty. The New York Giants 20 and the New York Jets 20.
Say, sports fans, have you any idea what happens every night at Roosevelt Raceway? Well, it's a World Series, a Super Bowl, a championship fight all rolled into one. 9 times every night you get up and scream and holler because you're involved. You've got something going with each race. It's like the last 2 minutes of a Giants-Jet game with the score tied. That's what it's like at Roosevelt Raceway, where harness racing became big time. And if you're any kind of sports fan, it's for you. Even if you're not, it's a big fun evening, a swell place to go just to watch the action. And Roosevelt has dining spots to suit your taste and your pocketbook. Everything from fast service snack bars and cafeterias to posh restaurants like the Cloud Casino and the Promenade Cafe. So make this week the week you discover a new excitement. The thrill of harness racing at beautiful Roosevelt Raceway. Gates open 6:30 p.m. First thrill is 8 p.m. I'll tell you, Sam, Joe Namath surprised everybody in the ballpark, but had somebody read that play, they could not only have stopped the touchdown, they may have stopped Namath for the rest of the afternoon. Very dangerous thing for him to do with those legs of his, but he got away with it. And so far, in 22 minutes of play in the second half, the Jets have controlled the ball almost 18 minutes. Marv?
Here's Pat Leahy kicking to Dawkins and McQuay. Played by Dawkins at the 5. Straight ahead, 10, 15. He's to the 20, 25. Cuts outside to the 35. He's to the 40. He's up to the 45. He's up midfield. Down to the 45-yard line in Jet territory where he's brought down from behind. Beautiful run back with tremendous blocking, particularly at midfield. The run back by Dawkins. John Little was able to stop him from behind, and the Giants go to work at the Jet 42-yard line.
And who says this game doesn't mean anything? I want to tell you, man, both of these clubs are playing all-out football. As we said, when you see Namath run the football himself, and when you see the kind of hitting that's going on down on that field, you have to appreciate good football.
Here's Morton on first down, throwing the middle, incomplete, intended for Tucker at the 30-yard line. He was covered by the middle linebacker, Jamie Rivers. Joe Dawkins returning kicks, replacing Doug Kotar, so apparently Kotar was a little bit more than shaken up. And a beautiful block. I mentioned the blocking. Beautiful block in particular thrown by Brian Kelly. It'll be a 2nd and 10 at the 42-yard line. We're tied at 20, 7:45 remaining in this fourth quarter in what has been a dandy here at the Yale Bowl. Morton is back to throw on second down, looking. He throws the right side, and he's got Gillette at the 32-yard line. He's bumped out of bounds. A leaping catch made by Gillette working against Rich Sowles.
And when you see that 84 catch that football on the sideline, Walker Gillette reminds me of a guy that played so many years and so great at the Yankee Stadium, a guy by the name of Del Shofter.
Yeah.
Man, he catches that football just like old Slim did, and he hangs on to it. You've made a statement. I haven't seen him drop any yet. Have you, Chip?
Not at all. He's been just sensational since coming in for the injured Herman.
It's a first down for the Giants. They place it at the 30-yard line as Grim peels left. The handoff to McQuay circles the left side, and he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. Could not turn the corner with Rivers and Tannen reading it perfectly. McQuay tried to cut, and he could not. And so a 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line. Walker Gillette goes 6'5", 200 pounds, 5-year pro out of Richmond, originally with the St. Louis Cardinals. And he and Craig Morton have really worked magnificently together the last 3 ball games. Here's Morton back to throw. He pumps. Now he throws for Grimm. It's overthrown. Grimm in a race with Word and Tannen down near the goal line, and Morton overthrew.
And that was one of the few bad plays I've seen Craig Morton come up with, because he threw it right in the teeth of the defense. Anytime you get that ball near that free safety with nothing coming out of the backfield to hold it, you're in trouble.
For the Giants now 3rd and 10 at the Jet 30-yard line. In this fourth quarter, the Giants going from right to left, 6:26 remaining. We're tied at 20 and 20. Regular throw set with McQuay and Dawkins, the running backs, but Morton is back to throw. Steps in the pocket. He's spun around, and he's sacked down the play. Back at the 35-yard line by Mark Lomas, the New York Jets' right defensive end. And the Jets look to be a sparked-up ball club. You mentioned earlier, Sam, that the entire, or virtually the entire Jet squad raced off the bench to congratulate Joe Namath when he ran it in, and now with that sack picked up by Lomas, Jets are really sparked up. Here's Dave Jennings checking in. First time this afternoon that he'll punt away. Jennings at midfield with 2 deep for the New York Jets. All right, here's the snap. Jennings takes it and angles it for the right side, and it flies over the end zone and out of bounds. Correction, that's the second time this afternoon for Jennings. But the Jets will take over at their 20-yard line on the automatic touchback. Now a timeout on the field with the score, the Jets 20 and the Giants 20.
Channel is a whole lot more than a lumber store. In fact, Channel is more than 50,000 different products designed for the needs of today's do-it-yourselfer. Take it from me, world. When it comes to making your home a better place to live, you'll find Channel is the best partner you can have.
Remember, at Channel Home Centers, you'll find the new and exciting Barclay brick with the most authentic used brick look you've ever seen. And they're mineral, not plastic. So easy to apply to any wall, too. Come to Channel, a whole lot more than a lumber store, for Barclay brick. And here's great news from Channel. You can win a free, all-expense-paid trip for 2 to the fabulous Super Bowl. No purchase necessary. Just come to the nearest Channel Home Center and enter your name. It's that easy. Hurry to Channel today.
Marv Albert with Sam Huff and Chip Cipolla from the Yale Bowl in New Haven. The Jets 1st and 10 at their 20-yard line. Namath ducks it under the center. Wayne Mulligan, regular pro set with the backs tight. Namath takes it. The give for Burns, fights his way up to the 23-yard line. Henry Reed makes the stop on the play. Again, Bob Burns. The Jets power runner seeing a lot of action this afternoon with those injuries to Riggins and Adamley. Make it the 24-yard line, pickup of 4. Chip?
We've got to give some scores, but play is back in. We'll pick it up right after this.
All right, 2nd and 6 at the 24-yard line. Namath backpedals, looks left, now right, throws to the right side, and it's batted down. Incomplete. Intended for Burns on the right side. It'll be a 3rd and 6. Henry Reed got a piece of it. 3rd and 6 now for the Jets at the 24.
And this is a place the defense has to be very aware of that draw play. Namath was running early in the first half, breaking wide. He likes to use it.
Other scores, Eagles and Redskins. Eagles leading 14-7 in the 3rd period. Browns and Patriots tied 14-14 in the 3rd period. Houston now leading Buffalo 21-9 in the 4th period. Marv?
Slot right formation. Bell in the slot. Double wing. The lone deep back is Burns. Long count by Namath. He takes it. The gift to Burns. Hole on the left side. Drives upfield to the 29-yard line. Short of the first down. Hughes and Kelly make the stop on the play. Bob Burns stopped short of a first down, and the Jets are forced to punt. That's one of the shorter series this afternoon for Joe Namath.
Oh, I want to tell you, I thought for sure he'd either run a draw play or pass it. That's an awful lot of yardage on 3rd down to pick up. And Joe gave it up quick there. That could cost him the ball game if Morton can sustain a drive and get down in field goal range with 4:54 left on the clock. It could spell victory for the Giants, defeat for the Jets.
Greg Gant will boot from his 15. 3 deep for the Giants. The man in the middle is Leon McQuay. He is back at the 25-yard line. Here's the snap, a high snap played by Gant, and he lofts it. Good boot. Twisting spiral. Backpedaling McQuay. Takes it to 20. Cuts to his left. He's to the 25. Running toward the sideline. And then he is pushed out of bounds across the 30. John Mendenhall missed the last couple of series for the Giants. We did not get a report on Mendenhall. He's been replaced by Peter Zach and by Pettigrew. Now timeout on the field with the score, the Giants 20, the Jets 20.
New York. You can't get far without money in your pocket. But one John Hillock is about to. With command credit from Manufacturers Hanover, it puts from $500 to $5,000 at his disposal.
Your check, monsieur.
How does Mr. Hillock leave the restaurant without washing the dishes?
Here you are, waiter.
The solution. A master charge card. You get it with command credit.
Here's your clock.
Thank you.
That'll be $180.
A large purchase, but with command credit, you can write a personal check bigger than your balance.
Is my car ready?
Yeah, the bill comes to $56 even.
Oh, a check. Haven't you got cash? With Command Credit, Mr. Hiller can get a cash advance at any manufacturer's Hanover branch. Apply for Command Credit. It's an ingenious system that lets you get around even without money in your pocket. Manufacturer's Hanover. It's banking the way you want it to be. Member FDIC.
All right, the Giants up to the line of scrimmage. First down at the 32. Pitch out to Dawkins. Cuts to his left. Then turns the corner and loses yardage on the play. Trapped back behind the line by Roscoe Word, the right cornerback. Loss of 1 on the play. It'll be a 2nd and 11 at the 31. Joe Dawkins, the ball carrier. And the Giants huddle up back at the 20-yard line. We did receive a report from the bench. John Mendenhall suffered a bruised right knee. He is still sitting on the bench, but no further word on the severity of that injury. 2nd and 11 now for Morton. He's back to throw. He backpedals, throws the screen. He hits his man Dawkins, but it goes for naught with the Jets all over Dawkins and trapping him behind the line of scrimmage. Mark Lomas had that one completely snuffed out, and it's a loss on the play. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification.
WNEW, Metro Media Radio in New York. My name is Ted Brown. I'm on from 4 to 8 every afternoon. I don't think you'll like me, but try me.
A 3rd and 15 for the Giants now as we resume. Morton is back to throw. Fires the middle. Nearly intercepted. Intended for Tucker at the 45. Steve Tannen had his chest and hands on it. Could not hold on. And so the Giants give up the ball in a hurry. And now Dave Jennings reports in, and they are forced to go into punt formation.
And the way it's looking, these defenses are starting to tighten up a little bit. And to keep this up with 3:14 remaining, it could go into overtime. 20-20. And could be playing a 5th period.
Jennings back to his 10-yard line. Pacone and Word are the deep men. They are back at the 32. Signals being called. Jennings awaits the snap. Here it is. He moves forward and boots it, angles it to the right side. Pacone takes, backpedaling at the 25. He eludes a tackler. He's to the 30. Cuts back the other way, up to the 35 again, and brought down. He could go nowhere. Jim Stanky, the first to reach Lou Pacone, but the Jets take over with 3 minutes, 2 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. We're tied at 20-20, and it's New York Jet football at their 35-yard line. Jim Stanky actually had a couple of cracks at Lou Pacone. He missed one, and then he made good on his 2nd attempt. Jets to the line. Joe Namath, the quarterback. Emerson Boozer, Bob Burns, the running back. Signals being called by Namath. Namath is back to throw. Namath sets up, throws the right side. He hits Burns. He's to the 40-45. He's up to the 50, flashes across the 50 into Giant territory where he's tackled by Van Pelt. And the Jets very much on the move. They have a first down now at the Giant 48.
And a lot of the Giants look like they're getting quite tired down there on defense because Namath is still controlling that football and throwing it underneath to his backs and letting them run with it. He is a super guy at operations when it comes to running a football game.
All right, here are the Jets all set up the line. First down at the Giant 48-yard line. Namath looking left, looking right. Out of the regular pro set. Signals called. He takes it and drops back. He fires the middle, and a leaping catch made at the 35 by Castor. Kelly and Christ make the tackle on Castor, who was jarred pretty hard, a little slow in getting up, but he's all right. And it's a first down for the Jets at the Giant 35-yard line. And now 2 minutes remaining in this 4th quarter, so the warning is given. There's a timeout on the field with the score, the Jets 20 and the Giants 20.
If you're a guy who loves his beer and your work is done but the beer's not near, we say nothing should come between you and your beer. If you're a guy who loves his beer and you're home alone when your friends appear, we say nothing should come between you and your beer. We say Knickerbocker natural. Nothing should come between you
Jacob Rupert, New York, New York, and Orange, New Jersey.
Chip Cipolla along with Marv Albert, Sam Huff at the Yale Bowl, where the Giants and Jets had tied at 20, but Namath has the Jets on the move. He's moved them from their 35-yard line with 2 completions to Burns and to Castor to the Giants' 35-yard line. And this kid Burns is having some kind of afternoon. He's rushed for 98 yards, and he's caught a couple of very important passes. Marv?
All right, first down for the Jets at that Giant 35-yard line. Namath checks it over. Now they shift from the regular pro set to the I. Namath takes it. The give to Boozer off right guard, brings to the 30-yard line. Now we're getting into that situation. Hilton and Kelly made the tackle. We're getting into that situation where what is occurring in the stands is almost as intriguing as what is happening on the field. And someone calling for Sam to head down and play policeman.
No, I don't go any place without that headgear. I want to tell you, especially down in that crowd.
Pickup of 5, 2nd and 5 for the Jets at the 30-yard line. Here's Namath back to throw. Namath sets up. Namath rolls right, gets it away, hits Burns. He's to the 25. He's to the 20, inside the 20. And a first down. Hughes making the tackle. Namath nearly sacked. A big rush, but Namath able to step to his right, eluding a couple of Giants, and then he hit Bob Burns, and it's another Jet first down.
And then Namath can still move around in that pocket back there, and Burns was out on the sideline at his safety valve. If his receiver is covered, he'll come off and go to the safety valve, which he did. But the Giant linebackers were deep, covered deep, and by the time they come up, Burns had a first down.
First down at the 17, 50 seconds remaining, fourth quarter, tied at 20. Here is Namath on the draw to Burns, gets to the 15-yard line. A delay. Burns took it from Namath and really had nowhere to go and was fortunate to pick up the 2 yards. Gregory and Pettigrew combining to make the stop. 2nd and 8 now for the Jets, who have called for time. 2nd and 8 at the 15 with a half-minute remaining in the fourth quarter. With the timeout on the field, the score, the Giants 20, the Jets 20.
Beginning with the 1975 models, almost every car sold in America will have to run on only one kind of gasoline, no lead. But there's a real need for this gasoline right now, because ever since 1971, auto manufacturers have been designing cars that can run on no-lead gasoline. So Getty, the company famous for selling one grade of gasoline, is now selling 2. Getty Premium and introducing Getty No-Lead. Because Getty No-Lead is just that, a no-lead gasoline. If you own a 71 or newer car and you use Getty No-Lead, you shouldn't need as many tune-ups, which means Getty No-Lead gives you more miles for your money from your ignition system, more miles for your money from your spark plugs, more miles for your money from your emission control system. Getty No-Lead. You'll have to use it in the future, but you'll use it now if you're smart.
The situation, 30 seconds remaining, fourth quarter, tied at 20. The Jets with a 2nd and 8 at the Giant 15-yard line as Namath looks it over. Signals called out of the regular pro set. Namath takes it, the give to Burns off left guard and picks up short yardage on the play. Kelly and Hughes make the stop on Burns, and the Jets have called for another time with 21 seconds remaining. Let's wait and see as they unravel where they spot that football down at the 12-yard line, advance of 3, and it's a 3rd and 5 now.
And Charlie Winter and Joe Namath conferring on the sideline. And one thing in that discussion, do you want to try to get the touchdown or do you want to settle for the field goal? Don't forget now that Pat Leahy is a rookie kicker. He barely made an earlier field goal, and do they want to take that chance on letting him kick it or to take the chance on Namath trying to get it in for the 6th? That's a big decision. That's what they pay head coaches for, and that's what Charlie Winter's over on the sideline for, and Namath wants him to make that decision. He doesn't want to make it. I'm sure with all 17 interceptions, he don't want to take that pressure and throw another interception right here. So I would suggest that they go conservative and take the field goal.
I don't know. I think Joe, I agree with you, Sam, but I think Joe's the kind of guy who would make the decision. He's probably, if I know Joe, he's not asking Charlie Winter.
He's probably telling
him what we should do at this point.
You're right. Say, Charlie, now listen here, man.
This is what I want to do. But I agree. I don't think he should put the ball in the air because anything can happen. There goes the 5th defensive back in there, Stanky. So apparently the Giants feel that Namath may put the ball in the air. Even if they go for no gain on the ground, it would be about a 29-yard field goal attempt by the rookie Pat Leahy. So it's third down now. They'll at least run or pass one more play. Marv?
Out of the double wing, the lone deep back is Burns. Namath is back to throw. Namath looking. Namath throws, and it's batted down, nearly intercepted. Almost intercepted by Brian Kelly. Pass intended for Barkham over the middle, and Kelly really upset because he had that football. And now, with a 4th and 5, we have 16 seconds remaining, and all the pressure on the rookie field goal kicker Pat Leahy, who has been perfect thus far this afternoon, although he came awfully close from short range to hitting the crossbar. This one is from 30 yards out. Gant will hold. Signals call. The crowd roaring. Gant awaits the snap. It's a low one. The kick by Leahy is blocked. It is blocked and rolls through the end zone. The Giants have blocked the field goal attempt with 12 seconds remaining. And the Giants will take over. And we hope to be able to find out, as we call out of the sideline, who made that block of the Pat Leahy field goal attempt.
And it looked like it came in from the Giant right side. One of the outside men, I think, got through there. But those soccer-style kickers do kick that ball very low. And that's why Namath wanted to throw the ball to get the touchdown. He did not want to rely on Leahy to kick it through. And you got to hand it to Namath. He called it right. He went for it. And he gambled all the way, knowing that could happen.
All right, Morton takes over at the 20, asks for quiet. The give Dawkins, cuts to the left, brings to the 23-yard line with 5 seconds to go, and we will go to OT. We will go to overtime. Lomas makes the tackle. Time has run out, and we have our first overtime ball game of the season. The Giants and the Jets in a beauty, tied at 20-20. All the elements have been in this football game. You never know that the Giants with a season record of 2-6 and the Jets have that season record of 1 up and 7 down. So that's the end of the fourth quarter, with quarterback, running backs on McQuay and Dawkins. Peeling to the left side is Grimm as Morton takes it. The handoff, McQuay drives off left guard to the 40, the 43-yard line. Some nifty blocking in front of Leon McQuay, who has been a big factor since Doug Kotar left after he was shaken up. McQuay running it to the 43, 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2, Eversole made the stop for the New York Jets. 2nd and 2 for the New York Giants. They are going from right to left in this overtime session. Just the start. We're tied at 20-20. Now the give to Dawkins, spinning for the first down across the 45 to the 48-yard line. Dawkins has picked it up, Sam.
As I mentioned earlier, the quarterback, the old quarterback who played in the 1958 game and won that game, this must bring a lot of memories back to him. Number 19, Johnny Unitas, is in the crowd today doing a little television work, and now he's a broadcaster. His legs got too old to carry him. His arm is still good. His legs couldn't carry him. He must be thinking about these overtime games. I know I do.
First down for the Giants at their 48-yard line. In motion again, Grimm to the left side. Morton takes it. The give Dawkins, big hole, rips across midfield, and to Jet territory, stopped at the 46, 47-yard line. Dawkins, the ball carrier, stopped by the linebacking core of Baker, Rivers, and Eversole. They place it at the 46-yard line, advance of 5, and it's a 2nd and 5 now for the New York Giants. Ball resting just outside that 46-yard line. Giants in the regular pro set, go to work in a hurry. Morton fires for the right, hits Gillette. He's down to the 35, and he runs it out of bounds. Rich Sowell's covering on the play, and the Giants moving upfield very, very smartly. A first down in Jet territory at the 34.
And if you're Pete Gogolak right now on the sideline, I see Pete down there warming up his leg. You start wondering and start hoping. I hope that Morton can get it down there and get it in, or at least get it close enough to give me a real opportunity where I don't have to reach for it, where I don't have to make myself strain for it.
All right, it is Grimm to the right, Gillette left. Morton rolls to the right. Morton throws, hits Dawkins, runs it out. Inside the 30, they spot it at the 29-yard line. Baker crowding on the play, and Craig Morton running this ball club beautifully. 2nd and 5 now at the 29. The Giants are on the move. We are in OT. 2 minutes in. We're tied at 20-20 in what has been a super ball game. And again, you look at the records of these two clubs, and a lot of people, of course, downgraded this game, but this has been one of the best for Well, I'd say right throughout the NFL, when you consider the fact that there really is nothing at stake, it has really been a beaut. Here's Grimm peeling out to the left side. Morton is back to throw. And now the handoff goes to Dawkins on the draw, cuts left, and brings to about the 28-yard line, 27 and a half. Ebersol, Rivers make the stop. And we see a Giant down on the field and hurt.
Bob Tucker is down. He's kind of holding his knee a little bit. He must have taken a pretty good shot in there. You know, that counter play has been working very well for the Giants that time, but it did get stopped up for a no-gainer. 3rd down and 4.
Let's bring some other scores while we have time. The Eagles are leading the Redskins 20-17 in the 4th period. Also in the 4th period, Cleveland hanging on 21-14 over the Patriots. That would be a big upset. Another big upset in the making. In the 4th period, the Oilers are leading the Bills 21-9. At the half, it's Denver 14, Baltimore 3. Also at the half, Miami 21, New Orleans nothing. At the half, Green Bay 10, Chicago 3. In the 2nd period, the Dallas Cowboys leading San Francisco 10-7. And at the half, it's San Diego 7, the Kansas City Chiefs nothing. And of course, everybody holding their breaths. Bob Tucker, one of the most valuable of the New York Giants, one of the better tight ends in the league, and it looks like they got to help him off the field. It is, you're right, Sam, it's a leg injury. It appears to be the right leg, possibly the right knee. Timeout on the field with the score, the New York Giants 20 and the New York Jets 20.
New York. You can't get far without money in your pocket. But one John Hillock is about to. With command credit from Manufacturers Hanover, it puts from $500 to $5,000 at his disposal.
Your check, monsieur.
How does Mr. Hillock leave the restaurant without washing the dishes?
Here you are, waiter.
The solution. A Master Charge card. You get it with command credit.
Here's your clock.
Thank you.
That'll be $180.
A large purchase, but with command credit, you can write a personal check bigger than your balance.
Is my car ready?
Yeah, the bill comes to $56 even.
Oh, a check. Haven't you got cash?
With command credit, Mr. Hillock can get a cash advance at any Manufacturer's Hanover branch. Apply for command credit. It's an ingenious system that lets you get around even without money in your pocket. Manufacturers Hanover. It's banking the way you want it to be. Member FDIC.
As we resume, McQuay picks up a couple on the play, bringing to the 25, making for a 4th and 1, and now Pete Gogolak has checked in, and the Giants will attempt to end it. Straightaway angle, it's a 42-yard attempt. Morton will hold at the 32 as the crowd rises. Here's the snap, placed down. The kick by Gogolak is up, and it is no good. It is off to the right side. Gogolak is arguing the call. He has taken his helmet off, and he argues the call with the officials. There are several Giants claiming that it did go right through there, but it will be, let's see, to no avail. And the Jets will take over.
And number 24, Bruce Alford. The official was right under the pole, and it's his judgment that it did not go inside the pole, and he called it no good, no matter how hard Pete argues.
So the Jets take over at the 25. Namath is back to throw on 1st down, going long. He's got Castor down at the 45. He's to the 40, down to the 45-yard line. Clyde Powers with the low tackle on Rich Castor, and Namath going long bomb on 1st down has completely changed things around. 1st down for the New York Jets, down at the Giant 33-yard line.
And again, Namath is coming back just what he was doing in the 1st quarter, throwing that ball and crossing patterns across the middle. And I don't know where everyone is in the middle, but brother, those receivers are wide open. He's got it right in behind Kelly, and Castor just took off with it.
42 yards.
All right, Namath looks it over. Jets in the regular pro set. We're in overtime, tied at 20 and 20. Namath ducking it under. He takes it, sets up short, pumps, now throws the left side, has Parkham at the 30, spins away, down to the 25. He's down near the 20-yard line, and it's a 1st down for the Jets. Clyde Powers, the strong safety, making the stop. The Jets coming right back through the air at the Giants following that 2-yard field goal attempt by Pete Gogolak that Pete claimed was through there, and the official said no.
And I want to tell you, the excitement is really something here. If you could be here to feel the excitement in this crowd and in these two ball clubs.
First down for the Jets at the 20-yard line. The Jets work out of the I. Namath looking it over. He takes it. The give to Boozer. Slant to the right and carries to the 15-yard line. Boozer with an advance of 5. And it's a 2nd and 5 now for the Jets. Brian Kelly, the middle linebacker, making the stop on the play. We have 10 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in this overtime session. The Jets are moving from left to right and moving very quickly indeed off that long bomb from Namath to Castor on first down following the missed field goal by Pete Gogolak. Jets to the line of scrimmage. Running backs of Burns and Boozer. Here is the give to Boozer. Drives off right guard and gets down inside the 10-yard line. He's down to the 9. Van Pelt and Powers make the stop. First down and goal to go for the New York Jets. Boozer and Burns have both had outstanding afternoons. First and goal from the 9-yard line.
You know, I'm looking down there. Everybody's jersey is kind of dirty and sweaty except one. Number 12 hasn't been on his back all day, and he has really played an outstanding game. Who said Joe Namath can't do it anymore? He's certainly done it here this afternoon.
All right, Jazz Jackson has come on, making his first appearance of the afternoon in that Jet backfield. The pitch out to Jackson, circles the right side. He gets back down near the 5-yard line, and he is stopped on the play. Hilton and Athos combined to make the stop. So Jackson, a rookie out of Western Kentucky, was back as the deep man on several occasions, but his first appearance offensively at the line of scrimmage. Took the pitch out, ran it to the 5. It's placed outside the 5, and now Boozer back replacing Jackson. 2nd and goal now at the 5. The Jets are looking to win this football game in overtime. Namath ducks it under. Signals are being called. Namath takes it. Takes the handoff. Back to throw. He fires. Touchdown! And that's it. Emerson Boozer in the right-hand corner, covered by Brad Van Pelt, and the Jets are off the bench to mob Joe Namath. The Jets have defeated the Giants in overtime. With 8 minutes and 7 seconds to go in the overtime session, the Jets have won it by the score of 26-20. Namath again with much time to operate, stepping into the pocket, throwing to the corner on the right side, and Boozer took it in, and the Jets have come away with the victory. So, 26-20, the final score. That's the end of the game. Stay tuned for a complete wrap-up with Chip and then for Sam's post-game show. The score once again in overtime, the New York Jets 26 and the New York Giants 20.
Channel is a whole lot more than a lumber store. In fact, Channel is more than 50,000 different products designed for the needs of today's do-it-yourselfer. Take it from me, world. When it comes to making your home a better place to live, you'll find Channel is the best partner you can have.
Remember, at Channel Home Centers, you'll find the new and exciting Barclay brick with the most authentic used brick look you've ever seen. And they're mineral, not plastic. So easy to apply to any wall, too. Come to Channel, a whole lot more than a lumber store, for Barclay brick. And here's great news from Channel. You can win a free, all-expense-paid trip for two to the fabulous Super Bowl. No purchase necessary. Just come to the nearest Channel Home Center and enter your name. It's that easy. Hurry to Channel today.
Well, about as exciting a game as you'd ever want to see. The New York Jets beating the New York Giants 26-20 with almost 7 minutes gone in overtime. The Giants had the game in their hands several times and let it get away, but it was also about as brilliant an exhibition by Joe Namath as you'll ever see. Joe threw for 2 touchdowns. He ran for 1 on a bootleg play. He completed 20 of 30 passes for 241 yards. As a matter of fact, the statistics were just amazingly similar. Craig Morton, 21 of 31 for 238 yards and 2 touchdowns. The difference, though, that 1 extra touchdown. The Jets got on the scoreboard first with a little more than 6 minutes gone in the first quarter. A 56-yard, 7-play drive in which Namath was 3 for 3 for 42 of those 56 yards. He hit David Knight from 20 yards out. Leahy kicked the extra point, and the Jets led 7-0. Then the Giants got a 26-yard field goal by Pete Gogolak to cut the score to 7-3 with about a minute and 17 seconds left in the first quarter. The Giants went ahead, and they, from then on, either stayed ahead or tied right up until they lost the ball game. The Giants went ahead on an 83-yard, 7-play drive. Craig Morton was 3 for 3 in that drive for 56 yards. He hit Bob Tucker from 2 yards out for the score that put the Giants ahead 10-7. The Jets came back to tie it on a 34-yard field goal by rookie Pat Leahy, and then the Giants went ahead 20 seconds before the end of the half when Gogo kicked one from 22 yards out. In the third quarter, the Jets again tied it. They controlled the ball for 10 minutes and 22 seconds of the third quarter, the first 10 minutes and 22 seconds, and came away with a 22-yard field goal by Leahy to tie it at 13-13. But then Morton drove the Giants downfield. He hit Grimm from 12 yards out. Gogolak kicked the extra point, and the Giants led 20-13. Namath in the fourth quarter, midway through the fourth quarter, tied it when he went in from 3 yards out on a bootleg play, going 69 yards in 13 plays, 20-20. And that's the way the final score that should have been if we were playing last year. Unfortunately, we're going to overtime this year. Unfortunately for the Giants, fortunately for the Jets. And the Giants won the toss, and they drove smartly downfield, but then got stymied on the 25-yard line when McQuay missed the first down by just a yard. Gogolak attempted a 42-yard field goal, and although the Giants thought it was good, the officials ruled it was not good. The Jets took over on their 25-yard line. Namath hit Castor with a 42-yard completion right down the middle, and that's where the Giants were vulnerable all afternoon, down the middle. Then he hit Barkham from 12 yards out to make it first down for the Jets on the Giant 21. Boozer ran for 6. He ran for 6 again. Jackson went for 4. And with the ball on the Giant 5, Namath hit Boozer on a pass out of the backfield. Boozer beat the linebacker into the end zone. 6:53 gone in overtime, and the Jets won it 26-20. Let's pause now 10 seconds for station identification.
This is WNEW Metro Media Radio in New York. My name is Gene Clavin. This is only a test.
So that's the final score once again. The New York Jets 26, the New York Giants 20.